Good morning, South Florida. How you doing? Boy, it's beautiful to be here this morning. Man, we had some week. Wake up, husband. Wake up, daughter. Wake up, wife. Wake up, get on the phone. Call your friends. Call your relatives. Robert Henderson Jr. is on and joining me in the studios. I'm coming from out of town, out of the country. My business partner, my colleague, my sister-in-law, Lynda Harris.
Good morning, Robert.
Hey.
I am in the studio.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Are you talking?
I am present.
Now I can hear you.
I'm here.
Thank God you're here. Even though
I'm back.
2 minutes in, just in time, but Lynda's here. Right, that mic right there, Lynda. Talk to me. Are you refreshed? You back from being out of the country?
I'm fresh. I'm back on top of things. You get back in town and you're a little rusty and slow, but you only need a good 20 minutes to get it together. So I got it together.
Okay.
Glad to be back.
She asking everybody, did I handle the spot while she was out? Did I behave myself? Everybody that's coming through the office, she asking them, hey, did he behave himself last week? I told her, yeah, I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. She think I'm just going to get all off and just start shooting everybody. So she here to keep me in line. She's like, Robert, you can't say that. You can't do that. So anytime she do go, I can just let loose. Like mama out of the house. Kind of thing.
Yeah, everyone did give me a good report. They said you didn't let loose too much, so that's a beautiful thing.
I didn't rattle off.
You didn't rattle off. You didn't.
Yeah, just get them all fired up.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'm going to tell you something. Last Thursday, because every Thursday from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I join Andre and Joy. Every Thursday at 8 o'clock, we got an hour to talk about business, finance, economics, and money. And Joy is out on vacation. This is for the morning show here on 1080 WTPS AM. Fantastic show. And Andre was going solo all week long. He did a fantastic job, by the way. Hats off to you, Andre, my brother.
Absolutely.
And anyway, on Thursday, I came in and did the money show. And, we took some calls. And I was talking basically about trading places. Article I wrote in the Miami Times about trading places, how people of color, and just a whole lot of people who just don't like things. In other words, how you can make change is started. If you can't beat them, join them. Understanding corporations and how to buy shares so you can vote. And one caller call in, saying he disagreed.
Oh, well, that's always
good.
Good for conversation.
That's always good.
Absolutely.
I'm not a dictator, my way or the highway, but I kind of got a little hot there when I was talking to him. Got a little hot with him. I call him Billy Backwood or something.
Well, you are very passionate about money and understanding money, and when people don't understand, you really try to hammer it home.
Yeah, and he was talking. It made me just think, you always have somebody getting up talking about no. You know what I mean? Or no, we can't do that. They did that to Martin Luther King, you have a whole, right now, Martin Luther King, I have a dream. But boy, I'm going to tell you, that brother caught a lot of HELL when he was out there with the dream. Yeah. There's a lot of people that look like him. Man, they wish he would have set his black self down. They say he was making it hard for everybody else on the plantation, everybody else who was working. Just sit down. And a lot of times, we as people, we don't like change. We're afraid of change.
We are afraid of change.
Now, to me, if you down and out, ain't nowhere else to go. You got to come up with another plan. You got to get a new thought. And I wanted to clear that up. I hope I didn't offend the brother, but I'm very passionate about what I say and what I do, and I'm living proof. When I talk to you all about economics, business and finance and investment, I'm not talking to you all textbook. Remember, I dropped out of college. I'm not talking to you all textbook. I'm talking to you all from actually experience, what I've done.
That was my next question. Did this gentleman have life experience as to share?
Yeah, well, he said that he had been on Wall Street for 15 years, and I guess he had a bitter taste about Wall Street. Obviously, he didn't get a clear picture about Wall Street. I'm talking about the pros, the cons, the advantages and disadvantages. Of course, there's some bad things that happen on Wall Street. There's bad things that happen all around. But my point is, what I was trying to say, because you got a lot of people that say, Henderson talking about joining a corporation, this messed up society, America this, and a lot of people want to just jump on that bandwagon as hate, blame. I'm not that type of person. I am a type of person that's really big up on accountability. See, It's a lot of people always want to blame. But I always say you can't take blame to the grocery store. You cannot go to the checkout counter with some milk or some bread and blame somebody why you don't have the money and let you go get that grocery. They're going to tell you, okay, we understand, we hear all that, but you better put that grocery down.
Well, for those that are afraid or have fear or a little bit leery, the best thing you can do is learn, empower yourself, do your research, and gain knowledge. And then you'll enter everything with open eyes.
And you got to have an open attitude. You got to be open as
Absolutely.
a baby. You can't have a closed mind your way. Because let me tell you something. If you're not prospering, then that means that you have not opened all the doors. There's some door that's closed that you haven't even found or you don't even know it exists. But that means you have to have a new attitude. You have to be willing to discover. So when you say, no, it won't work, and let me tell you something. Corporations run the world. Corporations run. Now, you got, like you said, you got a lot of corporations that are mean and evil and do a whole lot of things. How in the world can you change them? You have to be able to change it. You know, it's like having some tanks steamrolling and running and rolling down the streets in your neighborhood and shooting. You know, I mean, and just taking over. And, you know, you from the outside, you hate tanks. But in order to stop the tank, that means you must find a way to get inside the tank to turn the tank around to start causing damages. So if you want to understand about the whole economic system in America, you got to understand shares. You got to understand voting, politics, ownership. You got to understand that in order to defeat it or join it or turn it around and make it work for you. You cannot fight if you don't understand this economic system that we're living in. You could forget it because economics and politics go hand in hand. People who got the money put the people in power. And the people who got the money, the people in power, going always cater to the people who got the money. That's it.
And they're going to make rules that benefit them.
That's it. That's just the way. Now, if you're talking about nay, that it doesn't work like that, then you've been living in the Stone Age. No, it's not fair. No, it's not right. But how you going to change it? You can't change it with no rocks and no sticks. You got to have some empowerment. You got to have some empowerment. You got to understand. So many, when I listen to the morning show, so many people calling all the time talking about no. You know, you either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. First of all this hate, them against us, ain't going to get you, me, nowhere. I'm going to say it again. All that mad poking your lip out, talking about hate, ain't gonna get you nowhere. You just a kid, an infant mind throwing a temper tantrum. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And when you're a grown kid throwing a temper tantrum, nobody cares. So what? What are you gonna do? All right, so you know what the Bush administration is doing. Okay, so you know they doing us wrong. Is that an asset cause you know, but you ain't doing nothing about it? You ain't doing nothing with yourself. You just going to be mad. You just going to drink a beer or whatever, sit with the homeboys and talk about what they doing. You know, that's just like having a basketball team. Here you are on a basketball team. Y'all losing. You playing against Michael Jordan them or Kobe Bryant or whoever, right?
Okay.
You playing, they beating your butt. They just beating your butt. You on the side tomorrow. I know what they're doing. Oh, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. Hey, you got the biggest mouth. I know what they're doing. Okay, you know what they're doing. What can we do so we can score some points too? What can we do? No. Forget that. I'm going to tell you what he's doing. I know what he's doing. I know what they're doing. What is that?
Are you going to get in the game and try to change it, or are you going to stay on the sideline and keep complaining?
What is he doing? Oh, he's faking to the right and he's moving to the left and he's scoring every time. That's what he's doing. What is that? Are you still losing? You got the biggest mouth to say what's going on. So basically, you a spectator. And so many people that
very loud spectator.
So many people that look like us, Lynda, they done made a career out of being a spectator. They're not a player. They're not a doer.
Vocal spectators.
Vocal spectator. Isn't that something? No solution. Yeah. You either part of the problem. It's two sides, the left side or the right side, the A game or the B game. The B game just gonna tell you all what's happening, but ain't gonna do nothing. Don't have no solution.
But a lot of times, Robert, you asking a lot because sometimes when you feel dumped on, and like you said, the playing field is not even. At some point, it takes a strong person, and a lot of us haven't gotten there yet. I'm thankful I have. Where you sit back, you look, and you say, okay, I see what's going on. So you don't get mad, you get even. You don't get mad. you get richer. You don't get mad. You get what they got and play the game by their rules. And a lot of people mentally can't get their head in that position. They get mad and stay mad. But you got to get mad. And this is,
it's called action.
You got to take action.
It's taking action. I'm so sick and tired.
It takes a lot. You got to dig down deep because some people, once you put your thumb on them and your foot on their back, it's hard for a lot of us to get up.
It's a whole lot of us just talking about what they did. Okay, I see how they beating us.
How they doing us wrong.
I see how they doing us. They got all kind of statistics and data, what happened. They can tell you what happened in 1800. They can tell you what happened in the 1900s. They can tell you what happened in the year 2000, but they ain't got no kind of solution. They don't have nothing. What is that? They're not even working on it. They too busy saying what happened and how they doing it. They haven't even thought of what to do in order to curtail it, to improve the situation. Don't give no thought to that.
It's very overwhelming, but the first thing you can do is start with you. Start with you. It's overwhelming. We look back, we see it, we read about it, we talk to our friends. First thing you can do is get off probation, get out of the penal system, stay out of that whole legal system, and just start with you. And get yourself together. Empower yourself economically, one by one. And then you start talking to your friends and just get everybody just do you.
Just do you. Man, I tell you, I didn't mean to rattle off like that and just get, I'm passionate about this stuff. Let me tell you something. We too black. Most of us, especially the ones that's over 21 years old, the ones who are minors, then, we can't say a whole lot. I mean, they look to us because we're supposed to be the elder, the older people that got some sense. You're over 21 years old. We really got to cut this foolishness, this blame stuff off. Everybody blaming someone for your condition. You got to take some action.
And responsibility.
And some responsibility. The government going to keep on being the government. Stop trying to look for the government to bail you out. See, a lot of us don't want to be held accountable. Just look in that mirror and say, what are you doing to better life in your situation? What are you really doing? What are you really doing? If you really want the truth, that's what you have got to do. You got to do that. Those of you all who just listening for the first time, I'm Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner. Joining me here live in the studios of WTPS 1080 AM News Talk is Lynda Harris, my business partner and sister-in-law. We got a great show set up for you today. We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything for the first hour because I got to get your mind right. First hour is getting your mind right. Second hour, matter of fact, we're going to go into a little higher education. I'm going to talk about stock options, the principles of stock options today. And the last hour from 9 to 10 o'clock, we're going to open the phones up for questions and comments and new thoughts and ideas. We're going to have a rap session. And the word for the day, so keep it locked, don't go away, is equity. What is equity? What do we mean by equity? White folks are always coming up with some terminology, some slang that black folks don't even know what it is. I can't even get a visual on equity. When we come back, we're going to talk about what's equity. So white folks, Latin folks, join me, continue to join me when I come back. Black folks, I know you there. But white folks, stay tuned soon as we get back.
White folks, black.
Here's Julie Edelman, the accidental housewife, courtesy of Clorox, the makers of Clorox disinfecting wipes.
Hey, housewives, ready to limit the stress and strain of spring cleaning? Hire someone else to do it. Kidding! Use machine washable microfiber cloths to dust, disposable disinfecting wipes to swipe germs, and antibacterial spray to make it all smell fresh. Ooh la la! I'm Julie Edelman, the accidental housewife, saving our sanity and manicure one tip at a time.
Tune in for the accidental housewife, courtesy of Clorox, the makers of Clorox disinfecting wipes.
Was that right?
Yeah.
I did it right?
Yeah, do another one.
Another one?
Help me up. 1, 2, 3, go!
Some things shouldn't be interrupted. That's why Clorox disinfecting wipes let you clean and disinfect without missing a beat. Clorox disinfecting wipes. Clean, disinfect, carry on.
South Florida, what's really on your mind? Let's talk.
Tune in this Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. to Kitchen Talk with your host, Image Award nominee and best-selling author Lewis Banks. Kitchen Talk will engage in riveting conversation on topics such as relationships, religion, politics, money, and so much more.
Hi, this is Lewis Banks. Join me in the kitchen this Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. presented by Brickell Motors. We will be cooking up conversation on today's issues on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People's Station.
Do you have talent? Now, do you really have talent? And if you do, how much talent do you have? TV One and David E. Talbot present real people with one big chance to win. What would you do to be a star? Stage Black, a new reality series every Sunday at 10 p.m. only on TV One. Available on Comcast Cable and DirecTV Channel 241.
Like what you're hearing on your station?
It seems to me that a lot of black folks in America commented and things. Let's do a show on that.
Express yourself. Call our comment line, 305-642-5445. Good comments or bad.
You shouldn't debate your host so vehemently.
We're going to listen to you, South Florida. Got a show idea you want to talk about? 305-642-5445. You're speaking, and we're listening. News Talk 1080. WTPS.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
All about the money. Nothing funny. It's all about the money. They try to describe it and try to camouflage it and say it's something else and something else. But no, it's always about the money, whether it's education, whether it's religion, whether it's love. Let me say it again, whether it's love.
Love's supposed to don't cost a thing.
Yeah, but hey.
That's what they say.
75. They say 75% of marriages or relationships end because of money, but I say 90% of them, because 90% of them are not even put together the way they're supposed to. They've been put together because it has something to do with economics.
Show me how much you love me.
You advocate that too.
By the way you take care of me.
You advocate that too. You say, brother want to marry you, whatever. Look, check his credit first.
Check his credit, absolutely.
Check his credit. See what he have.
And I won't apologize for that.
Speaks a lot of volume about a person.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess you really have to, because most people are just trying to find love. But as soon as that money run out, love run out the door too. It's a hard thing. Money run out.
And it hurts.
And it really hurts.
It really hurts.
I want to just go overview on what's been happening in Wall Street. I'll tell you something, man. The clients that we have are good clients. They're not panicking. I don't know if it's just the way we teaching them.
Well, it's been a wild week on Wall Street.
Man, not only a wild 2 weeks. It's like, I describe it. It's like when I was a kid, and we used to be playing football in the street and running around and all that. And then sometimes the sun would be out and it would be raining at the same time. We used to always say the devil beating up his wife.
Right. We did too.
But right now, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening out there? I mean, the sun is out, and we're talking metaphorically, all right? The sun is out, it's raining, and it's snowing at the same time. A whole lot of stuff is going on. The financial world is just being rocked. It's like being a fisherman. Being a fisherman, you in the deep blue sea, and you got a blue marlin or something, one of them big swordfishes. You got him on the hook, and you fighting and battling. He going up and down. It's a struggle. That's where we are financially in this country, not only in the country, in the world. That's where we are. And I would advise anybody who's thinking about doing big purchases, especially people who are working 9 to 5. I would advise you all just sit tight for a moment. Don't spend a whole lot. Don't be so fancy. Just kind of sit tight for a while. You don't always have to be doing something,
Yeah, be still.
Be still sometime. I mean, really, because right now there's a lot of things going on. We swing to the left, to the right. 5 minutes, it's up 200 points. It's a very, very, very long time. And we all into a political turmoil with the Democrats and the Republicans. We in war. crime. It's a lot of things.
Foreclosure rates are ridiculous.
Just
Banks going out
world.
of business left and right. It's totally turmoil.
Real estate market,
Yeah.
the mortgage market, the appraisals. I mean, it's turmoil right now. And a lot of times, you got to just sit still and come out of the water. The sharks are out there, You don't always have to be in the mix. If you don't have to actually be out there in the rain, in the storm, or whatever, just go inside and sit down for a moment, metaphorically, okay? You don't have to. Just sit down.
Save your money. Don't spend. Keep your credit good. And ride this thing out.
Yeah, this too shall pass. We're living in the greatest country. Let me tell you something. Free enterprise. And what makes it great, because there's a lot of people that come to this country because this country really is the land of opportunities. But if you're so mad, you can't even see the opportunities. If you want to play the victim, and I always say them against us, and they doing it, you can't see the magic. You will miss the opportunities.
Yes, you will.
Because you're so mad. Stop being mad.
Mad at people you don't know.
Right.
Mad at a whole race of people.
You got to be clear-headed, level-headed. You got to be able to look and see how you fit in and get in where you fit in. What opportunities are out there? And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there are more opportunities out there than you could count. But you can't see them if you're mad and angry. Matter of fact, you're not even universally, you're not even allowed to see them. You can't accomplish anything if you're angry and got hate in your heart. As a matter of fact, it's against universal law for you to even get a good idea when your conscious mind and your state of mind is anger. Because anger is all what they call negative. You mad. You can't get a good idea. That's like with the famous fighter, Muhammad Ali. A lot of times when he used to be in the ring, he would just be smiling and laughing. Even though he might get hit, you still keep a good attitude because you can see clear. Anytime you get angry and mad, you do a lot of stupid things. You think stupid because it's on the negative side. It's the dark side. And it continues to get you deeper and deeper and deeper in the rut. Smile and say, okay. How and what lesson is it for me to learn anytime you get into a situation? Talk to yourself. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation that will help me go to the next level? And it's always something you can learn. I've been in this whole financial business more than 20 years. I've seen the up markets, the down markets. I've seen the stocks up, the stocks down. So I'm comfortable with it. I've seen real estate up, down. I've already been through cycles when mortgage brokers was making so much money. Man, they was just dancing in the wind. And I've also been with mortgage brokers and real estate, been done there. They almost in the soup line. They couldn't even find a deal. I've been in those markets also. So I have experience. Now, if you just got your real estate license, just got into the business, just hang on tight. But these are good times for you to learn. There is time. You always have good times and you have bad times. If you really like the field that you're in, you will weather the storm. But if you're in it just for money, then you're probably going to get out of the business and start selling shoes or selling whatever you can't sell. But then, what have you really learned?
We're not saying, and Robert, you'll agree, that this is easy. We're not saying get into this mental state. As you mentioned, you've been through it. But those out there that haven't.
They want to ask you who did it, how much they charge you. Should that make good sense?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. We can't just let somebody call us on the phone or even see some fancy flyer and do business with those people, because as soon as they do you wrong, who you going to call? If you call me, call your neighbor, call your family, when we call them people going to play crazy. They're going to start lying. They're going to start saying, well, I can't talk to you. I got to talk to her.
Yeah.
They're going to play dummy now. You follow me? And then what you got to do, you got to go get an attorney. And everybody know my good friend attorneys. First thing they want some money. Maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000. You follow me? Even if they can't do nothing. And let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, those shysters, those cons, those sheep, those wolf with sheep clothing, they already have attorneys. They have attorneys that tell them they could walk a fine line.
Absolutely. Their game is airtight.
Yes.
They know what they can get away with.
They know the law.
They know the law.
If you over 21
So
years old, if you 80, 90 years old, and you sign and they give you the money, then you just out of luck. If you want to go to court, they're going to drag it out. Let me tell you something. They could drag the situation so long until you done ran out of legal money. You can't pay your lawyer no more.
You signed this liar loan saying you made this amount of money. You signed on the dotted line saying this is what you do and how you make a living. You did that. So don't go back and start blaming.
So
you got that money.
So the bottom line, the point I'm making, that nobody, we're going to do a shutdown. If anybody call you or send you a flyer or want your business, say who sent you. Where you come from. Who sent you?
And everybody knows somebody that's done business with a mortgage company or real estate or some financial institution. So ask for referrals.
Right. You got to be able to complain. You got to be able to say. Right. I mean, it's like, Lynda, if a woman want to get her hair done like your hair done, and she say, okay, your hair pretty, I like your hair pretty, and then you give her the telephone number and give you a referral, and then you go to see the lady, you tell the lady right up front, hey, I want you to do my hair. You did. Lynda sent me.
Absolutely.
So that right then, that lets the beautician know. What you basically saying is, don't mess my hair up now.
Right.
Don't mess my hair up, because I'm gonna tell Lynda. We gonna come at you now. Don't burn my hair up or whatever. You do me a good job like you did Lynda now, because I'm gonna tell Lynda how you treated me, and that's how you start to form relationships. You understand that? So, ladies and gentlemen, sons, daughters, talk to your parents. Talk to the elderly and you yourself. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up also. The other thing, I had a couple clients, Lynda, I was out in the Grand Canyon last weekend. They wanted me to just talk about the Grand Canyon a little bit. Now, when we talk about when I talk about places that we go, we're not bragging. We letting you know, black as we are, we can do it, you could do it too. And we wasn't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. But you got to travel. You got to save, you got to invest your money, and then you got to broaden your horizon. There's something about traveling. See, if you just stuck in Hubcapville, the town of Hubcap, and all you know is hubcaps, you don't know that there's anything else outside of Hubcapville. So you're not really living. You're not viewing life, really, because you stuck in one place. So many people who in Miami ain't never been to Freeport. What it cost? $70, $50 go to Freeport or something. Go to the Bahamas. That's part of the Bahamas. You just go there for a day and come back. Get a different point of view. Get a new thought. Get a new idea. That's what life is about, learning and growing and broadening your horizon. Keep it locked. Today, we're going to be talking about stocks and stock options. I'm going to teach you. It's Education Saturday. Keep it locked. Don't go away. We'll be right back. WTPS, the People's Station. We'll be right back.
Want answers from the man who might be president? Go to TV1online.com and submit your questions for the Democratic candidate, Senator Barack Obama. TV One wants to ask the questions on your mind. Go to TV1online.com and have your voice heard.
The new issue of Giant magazine is jam-packed with stars. Read about Robin Thicke, R. Kelly, Rihanna, Neo, Fabulous, Swiss Beats, Andy Garcia, Kelly Rowland, and sign up for the Giant Dream Modeling Contest to get your picture taken by one of the best, GiantMag.com.
Hello, I'm Reverend Richard P. Dunn II of the Cathedral of Hope Church. I'm also a board member of the Collective Banking Group in Miami-Dade and vicinity. Our chapter started in 2004 and really gained critical mass in 2006. I believe so much in the mission of the CBG because, as many of you know, I have made a life and ministry out of speaking up for the downtrodden and forgotten in our community. Too often, those people look just like us. Here's what you need to know. The CBG forcefully advocates the Black church as the most effective vehicle to bring about economic empowerment, wealth building, and a community of educated consumers. To do that, we have entered covenant partnerships with 6 major banks. We also have strategic partnerships with several companies who bring amazing business services to our members. You need to be a part of this movement. Why are you still sitting on the fence? I encourage you to come out and see what we're all about, or ask someone who has already experienced the power of the CBG. For more information, please call 1-866-406-9526. Thank you.
Howdy, Miss Claudia. Howdy, Miss Claudia, sweet potato cookies. You gotta get it. Nothing tastes this good. Howdy, Miss Claudia, sweet potato cookies. Taste to make your mama proud. Lordy, Miss Claudia, sweet potato cookies. at your local Walmart stores. A low price icon food brand product. Good taste, great personality. You gotta get it.
Greyhound presents
We're talking to certified public accountant Peter Koob, an expert on money. Hey, Peter.
Hello there.
So, Peter, would you say that Greyhound's new $99 or less fares to anywhere in the U.S. are a good deal?
$99 or less. Yes, that sounds like a good deal to me.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
What? You mean that's it?
Yeah, Thanks for coming down. See you next time on...
Hold on, young man. Don't you want to, talk about how gas prices are high, so this is a bargain?
What's to discuss? $99 or less to anywhere in the U.S.? How could that not be a good deal?
Right, but I could, go into depth if you like.
Depth, Schmatt. We're done here.
Experts agree. Greyhound's new offer of $99 or less to anywhere in the U.S. is a great deal. Visit Greyhound.com to book your trip this summer. Go Greyhound.
Limited time offer. 14-day advance purchase required. Additional restrictions and blackout dates apply. See Greyhound.com or a ticket agent for details.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yes, we're back live. WTPS, the People Station, 1080 AM, where information is power. It's truly powerful if you use it. There's no sense in you getting this information and doing nothing with it. First and foremost, anytime you learn something, it is your duty to spread the gospel. It's your duty to tell somebody. When you're at the hairdresser, your beauty salon, and get your nails done, the barber shop, don't just talk about men and women and all that kind of stuff and sports. Start talking economics. That's our weapon. That is your weapon. Not a physical weapon, that's your mental weapon. You have got to get understanding. All you're getting, you got to get understanding. We just had a good week. Lynda, I was so busy. As a matter of fact, I had a beautiful family that came into the office yesterday. Oh, my goodness. It was the two daughters. Mm-hmm. The son came over. I mean, they and then the mother, 75 years old. She did a reverse mortgage. I ain't going to call her name, but I'm going to tell the story. I always got to keep the names hidden. But the story that I'm going to tell doesn't just affect this one family. A lot of families out there,
Right.
And they came in because they did a reverse mortgage, so it worked out. And Mama traveled. I was so happy that Mama done took a cruise. She done been to New York.
75-year-old.
75 years old. Good woman. I could feel her spirit, too.
Okay.
Good. They're a good family, man. I love this. I mean, I'm just good. And they came in, we huddled. We went to the conference room. Because, you walk in my office, it's like a war room.
Okay.
But we went in the conference room. We sat down. And first I thought she wanted some life insurance. Okay, some life insurance. On a 75-year-old, we did give her a quote. I looked at the computer right there in front of everybody, and we wrote up our sleeve and said, okay, life insurance, just in case something happened to her, the property be paid off, and it'll go right back to the kids. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So you can still leave it. So she did a reverse mortgage. Michael Lawrence did it for her.
Okay, good.
And so she was happy with that. But I said, let's protect it. And we looked on the computer, and for a 75-year-old, she had high blood pressure. How many black folks that's 75 years old that doesn't have high blood pressure? Absolutely. That's kind of rare to not have it.
Right.
Especially all them bad food that was, most of back, 70 years ago, we weren't eating, steamed fish and cabbage,
Right.
It just wasn't. It just
part
wasn't
of
equal.
our diet.
Yeah, it just wasn't equal rights. It just wasn't part of our diet. We were trying to get in where we fit in, eating anything, But anyway, a 75-year-old with high blood pressure, we looked and two companies popped up on the computer. One, for 10-year policy for $100,000, seemed about $100,000, was $1,800
per year.
Per year, and that means that it wasn't going to change. The rate wasn't going to change for 10 years. So I said, Mom, you 75, you think you're going to be here 10 years? 85? She said, well, I don't know. We laughed about it. So I said, let's look at 15-year. A 15-year $100,000 policy. We looked at that one. Another company came and said they'll charge her $3,900 for the year for 15 years. So for 5 more years, it's like double,
Yeah.
But then her son called up and said, that's not what they want. His philosophy was they don't need any insurance because mom, there's a lot of equity still left in the house. And if mom go, and when she go, she's leaving the house to the grown kids. And all these kids are over 30 years old.
Okay.
He said, since mom don't need to be paying for the life insurance, if she gonna leave the house to us, we should be big enough to take the house over, sell it, or do whatever we need to. She don't need to be dealing with that. And that's a strong point. You have some parents that want to lay everything out for their children. When they die, they don't want their children to want for nothing. And then you have some of them that say, listen, if y'all want me to pay $1,800 a year or $3,900 a year, so when I do die, the house is paid off, there's no mortgage, there's no reverse mortgage, anything,
right,
and y'all still get this house free and clear, y'all should pay the life insurance. And that makes a point, too.
Absolutely.
That really makes a point.
Absolutely.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
If you're the beneficiary, you pay the premium.
That's a great investment, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. But really what they wanted was a long-term care policy.
And how did you get to
okay,
dig that out from life insurance? Because
as we spoke, then the son came. And the son came to the office. He drove up and he came to the office, and he makes a lot of decisions. He's the business person in the family, and he says, "No, Mr. Henderson, what we need is something like a long-term care policy because my mom is getting older, and a lot of us are, we're busy with our own lives and we be gone, and my mom is going to be needing some care. She's 75 years old, and she needs some special care." And, a lot of Alzheimer's disease is, setting in. A lot of people getting a touch of it. Things are happening. And he says that, mom needs some special attention. Not that they want to put her in a nursing home, but caretaker, someone to come to the house. I mean, if something happened to her, to bathe, or whatever, feed, or whatever, just assist her, which is a fantastic point. And it's called long-term care. Now, as much as these kids here, I often call them kids, everybody was over 30 years old.
Right.
They love their mom. They down with their mom. But everybody got their own business, their own problems that they got to take care of. And a lot of times when the elderly started getting 70, 80 years old, they need a lot of attention, especially when they're widowed and they're by themselves.
Right.
It's not that the kids don't love them. It's just, moms, a lot of moms or pops, they have special needs. Sometimes they want you to drive all the way to the house just to go get them a Coke. And you love your mom, but you're like, Mom, I'm way on the other side of the town. I got the kids. I know you got the taste for a Coke, but Mom, I don't want to drive. And you feel bad because you don't want to drive, to Fort Lauderdale or downtown, just, whatever they are, just to get a Coke,
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore you need long-term care. Okay. So then what we did, we got on the phone. We said, okay, let's do this together. Okay. And I called the companies right in front of them on speakerphone, so there was no hidden agenda. I don't do that. I said, okay, let's call some companies. Let's shop this thing around. So we called 2 agencies, okay? One agency who deal with a whole lot of long-term care companies. They said that for her age, it was going to cost $600 a month for long-term care. And what was the benefit? Meaning that if anything just happened to mom, she fall down, she get a stroke, or she, whatever happens, right?
Right.
And she needs special care. She needs somebody to come in and bathe her and cook for her. They will pay $180 a day for like a private duty nurse to come in and do all of that. Come in the house. Or if mom want to go to a special country club nursing home, they call it that, for $180 a day, she have that. But in order to get that benefit, you have to pay $600 a month now. I said, whoa, that's a lot. Okay? I said, that's a lot. So then I said, okay, we called another agency. We doing all this on the speakerphone, open, we got our sleeves rolled up. We call another company. And this company said that they'll do it about $400 a month. But what it does is it relieves the kids. If something should happen to mom, it's a 5-year policy. And usually you only need long-term care anywhere from 3 to 5 years because anytime somebody needs special needs, they generally don't last longer than 5 years, honestly. So when they can't go to the bathroom and wipe themselves or take a bath or feed themselves or cook or don't know, and really 5 years, they don't usually last no more than 5 years. It's you to the end. But it's good to look at a long-term policy when they're young. When you're 60 years old, that's when you should start considering, especially if you're by yourself and you don't have some kids who are going to be right there with you.
Okay.
And you know your kids. You know them. You know if they got their own. If you got a crackhead son that's out there, but he live with you, and you 65 years old, the best thing you could do is invest into a long-term care policy. And if you all don't understand, the only thing you have to do is call my office. I got a lot of literature. Call my office. You can come in and talk, and I'll just point you in the right direction to give you some education on it. Okay. But that's not what I really wanted to just talk about today. But I just want to talk about last week, what happened, recap the week, and it had just some good things. And another thing is, Lynda must have had about 8 or 9 people brought in their sons. They was coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they was coming in to set up their financial plan. Someone was coming in to do investments. Someone was coming in just to check on their money and just go over, their review. And they were I'm starting to see more and more people bringing in their sons. Some of the sons 30 years old, some of them 20, some of them 10.
Right.
They're starting to bring their sons in. And that is so.
That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. And it makes me feel good because they want to introduce their sons to getting in their mind that they can go and see the financial man or the financial people. See, because when I was growing up, there was nobody in the hood or nobody that we can say stocks or investments or insurance. There was nobody.
Right.
When I was growing up, the only professional that was around me was the barber. The barber man. That's it. I didn't know nobody who had an office.
Right.
Nobody. I didn't know nobody who had office. I didn't know nobody who had an office. I ain't nobody who was in business for themselves, especially prospering. You probably see the grocery man on the corner, little store, and then you would see the barber or the beauty salon. That's it.
That's it.
So it's good psychologically when you bring your
daughters. So you break
daughters.
that cycle. That's what we're talking about. Start talking about it around the dinner table. Bring them in.
Yeah. So, it just makes me feel good to know that we're trying to get it. That's why I got to take my hat off for 1080 here, WTPS, for just having this format that we're able to speak and say the things and enlighten and educate people. We talked about corporations last week,
Mm-hmm.
When we come back, Lynda, I want you to go over the word for today, which is equity. I want to break down the word equity because I can't get a visual on equity. If you say car, then I can get a visual in my mind what a car was. Big car, little car, and color. But when you say equity, it just doesn't readily. I don't get a picture in my mind. I know a lot of people don't. So when we come back, we're gonna break that down and talk about what is equity. Okay? You're listening to Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, and Lynda Harris. We'll be right back on WTPS 1080. So keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS. Coral Gables, Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches. The People's Station.
Stepha Henry was last seen at Pepper's Cafe, located on 3828 North University Drive in Fort Lauderdale at 1 in the morning on May 29th. Stepha, a 22-year-old college graduate from Brooklyn, New York, was in town for the Memorial Day weekend. She left her aunt's home in Miami Gardens in a dark-colored 4-door Acura Integra with an unknown person or persons. She arrived at Pepper's, but has not been seen since. Now the police and Stepha's family need your help.
She came here with her 16-year-old sister to celebrate her birthday.
If you have any information that could help police find Stepha Henry, please call Miami-Dade Detective Brizette Robert at 305-418-7200 or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-8477. Again, if you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Stepha Henry, please call Miami-Dade Detective Brizette Robert 305-418-7200 or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-8477.
Thank you very much.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money, it's all about the money. Understanding money, it's all about the money.
Yes. Understanding money is all about the money. There's nothing funny. It's all about the money. Growing old is about the money. Daycare, for children, daycare for elderly is all about the money, man. It's all about the money, man. That's why I started studying money, man. I just didn't want to be pinned down and just being mistreated because of some lack of money, man. One thing I had to have is some money. If you want some equal rights or just try to get close to human rights and equal rights, you got to first have some money. Money. They say the money is the root of all evil. I say the lack of money is.
No, the saying is the love of money is the root of all evil.
Well, the lack of it sure enough got some evil in it. You ain't got no money. You sure got some evil thoughts. The lack of it.
Take somebody else's money.
Shoot, the lack of it, man. You ain't never seen no rich person just get a thought of taking your purse. Anybody rich got a pocket full of money ain't gonna look at you and say, let me take your purse. No, if you ain't got no money, you go get some evil thoughts, boy. The lack of money, you think money is evil? Try having no money.
Bring out all kind of behavior.
Boy, bring out the evil in you. The lack of money is that's what it is. So I had to get me some money, man. I couldn't even spell stock, but I had to learn. I looked over to the left and looked to the right. I seen over here to the right with the people who ain't had no money, how they was living, how they was acting. And I looked over here to the left and seen how the people with money, it was easy for me to make a choice. And life is all about choices. Do you know that?
I think we a lot of us get caught up with our friends and our childhood friends, and we start just thinking that's all we can do. This is how we're going to live. This is how mama lived, our daddy lived. And so this is it for us. Because even me, Robert, I work for the city of Miami. And like you said, you want to be part of the solution or the problem. Every time I came in there, they hiring somebody over me. Back then, that's when the Mario boat lift came in. Your next supervisor couldn't speak English. Just been in the country a year. You're mad every day. You're kicking the dog, slapping your husband. You don't know why. Where are these angry thoughts coming from? And it's because you've been done wrong. People doing you wrong on a daily basis. So you want to be mad. Who you mad at? They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. So either you change your attitude, change the people around you, get you some more skills. And I said, man, this is not right. This is not right. You want to be right, you want to get even, you want to get rich. Which one? Pick one. But the poison seeps in you. You ever go to these city or county driver's license places, they just mean for no reason. They mad at you.
Mad.
You know what I mean? They just throwing stuff at you. Everybody mad.
Everybody
Them
mad.
people getting passed over for promotions. They getting talked to any kind of way. They don't feel a way out. There's no way out.
Is that what it is?
That's
Lynda?
what it is.
They just mad.
They mad, and you didn't do anything to them.
And I'm looking, I'm like, man, why they mad?
You ever go to the zoning department, the building department?
They mad
They
too.
mad.
Man.
You almost scared to ask a question. And it's your job.
It's like when you go on to Section 8.
Oh, don't even mention that. Oh, no, you going to get me upset.
All the apartments that you have, and you go down to Section 8, the administrative
Oh,
office.
man.
They mad in there?
Are they?
I'm talking about the people that work
The
behind.
people that work behind the desk, they're supposed to tell you about your money and your tenant and your lease.
About Section 8.
First of all, once you wait 3 hours while they on a smoke break, cigarette break, a cafe cubano, cafe con leche break,
Yeah.
while they downstairs talking about their weekend and what we having for lunch at 10 in the morning, they planning their lunch.
Right.
Once you finish with all that and they finally see you, they mad.
And
They
you better not
mad.
have no attitude.
You better
toward
not
them.
have no attitude. Or they'll say, we'll see you next week.
So why you say they mad?
They're getting passed over for promotions. Their supervisors dumber than they are. They've been there 20 years. And the person that just came in over there making more money and they got more experience. I understand.
And
I
on-
was in that predicament.
And on top of that, they making a little bit of money.
A little bit of money.
And every dime they making already spent before the paycheck come.
Every little raise eaten up by taxes.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's a bad
so
feeling.
You understand why people are mad and angry? What I did, I got myself some business. I went and got some professional licenses. And I stepped out of the box. You can't let fear overtake you, or you stay right there.
So is that why people get so mad if you try to cut in front of them when you're driving? Merging on them?
It's not about you cutting in front of them.
Oh, they feel like that. so that person who you cut in front of, they ain't let you in because he might have got passed over on the promotion, but he ain't gonna let you pass him in the car.
No. He can't get past no more. One more person past me.
And then they throw the finger. You like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
They just
sun shining, beautiful day, and you wondering why they mad. And it's only one car length ahead, but they mad.
Yeah, I got you.
So mentally, what you got to do, and I can speak on this, Robert, very passionately because I was there. I worked for the city 14 years. Every day remember I was on a little cable channel fighting my cause.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. You was always
filed a complaint with the EEOC, the equal women thing, all kind of stuff. And then I stopped being mad. Them people didn't care about me.
You're trying to turn around. You were challenging somebody.
I was challenging somebody.
Fight for your rights. You had all last Lynda, what you doing?
Because I was a double minority, black female.
Yeah.
I went that. I mean, and it was true. Now I had a valid point, but they didn't care. Ain't nothing changed. Nothing changed until I changed me. I went and said, "Let me get myself some business." I got me a real estate license, opened up a company, got a mortgage license. And thank goodness I had you in my life to say, "Lynda, you can be, you better than this. You could do it. Stop being mad. Come on to the bright side.
Lynda,
Get
come
out
on
of
up
the
the hill,
dark
honey. Come on up the hill. Why you in that village there with them people eating you all up? They all mad. They ain't gonna help you. It's like crab in the bucket.
Yeah.
Man, I said, come on, Lynda. Get a new attitude. Get a new thought. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of common folks that just good law-abiding citizens, church-going members trying to do the right thing. You trying to figure out why you can't get a break. First of all, you got to get a whole new attitude.
You got to, man.
Thought. You got to step out of this
Shake
zone.
them people that's the losers. Shake them.
Comfort zone.
Shake them and get with some positive thinking people and change your attitude.
But you know, a lot of people that like working 9 to 5, then they have to, they live in that picture you just painted. They're in that. And then they got a spouse or a wife or husband or whatever, and they got that. That's another whole issue.
That's a whole.
And then they got the children. They come home,
and
it's like
children.
they got to get up and fight with traffic. What is a person to do to get out of that? Okay, let's talk about that because we got to talk about stock options. But let's talk about that briefly. What? Let's give people, somebody out there listening to us. What we just described fits them to the T. We're talking about them. All right. Now, what would you advise? What should they do? The first thing is you got to think a new thought. You got to think about what will make you happy and how you could make more money. If you need the benefits on that job that you're in, you don't have to stay there. You're going to have to somehow in the evenings, on Saturdays, over the internet, you're going to have to take a course. See, a lot of people make the mistake and say they want to go back to school and get a degree. See, when you go back to school and get a degree, that's to get another job. First of all, you got to go back to school, get a loan. If you ain't getting a loan, you got to pay for the books and pay for the tuition. Remember, it's all about money too. And you want to go into a field that you don't have no connection. Let's say you working for the city or the county or whatever, and you say you want to go back to school to go into psychiatry or something. You want to be a psychiatrist or something or whatever, right? Then you want to study that. So therefore, you got to make time, get the money to get the books and make the time to study. Now, that may take you 3 years or 4 years. In the meantime, you still mad. Now, you're waiting on something that's going to take you 4 years. You got to pay money. Now, let's fast forward. Let's just say 4 years pass. You got the degree. And now you can't get no job. You really mad now. Oh, you would have hurt somebody.
Because you got, what, $50,000 in student loans now?
Yeah.
Minimum.
And they going to mess your credit up now. Credit.
Oh, they are ruthless.
Yeah, they going to mess your credit up.
Man.
They're telling you got to pay. Now you got to pay more bills. And you got a degree. Let me tell you something. If you got a 9 to 5 job and you need extra money, you trying to get some happiness. It ain't always in the degree now. Don't dig yourself another hole with student loan, because when you get a degree, you got to stand on a corner and ask somebody for a job. See, if you working 9 to 5, you got to start going into the creative mode.
Absolutely.
You got to take some courses, a trade up.
Absolutely.
Either you're going to paint some cars, you're going to put some drywall done. God knows you can make money in air conditioning repair.
Oh, I'm a
man.
Please, I'm a witness to that.
I am too, especially cleaning out them ducts. These men come, they talking about to clean out the ducts, $59. By the time you get there and they tell you all this, and yeah, did you know this, and environmental this, and you mold this.
They scare you, thinking you got mold in your lungs.
You be done paying $900. The dude stay there 1 hour, and he say, make the check out to me.
You go, okay.
You're like, oh, man, how you get in your business? Well, I just took a 6-week course. What? To clean out ducts and you got business card? You don't need no college degree. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
What you need is some money and some business. So I want you all to start thinking like that, okay? I want you, if you got a 9 to 5 job, you got to start thinking practical, entrepreneurial. You got to start thinking about self-help. How can you create value within yourself? There's tons of things that you can do. You got to open your mind.
And don't think it's beneath you to start a lawn service.
Right.
Or don't think it's beneath you to start a roofing service or paint. You know what I mean? People need their houses painted and knocked down and texture and all that stuff.
And
don't think it's beneath you.
Man, there's so many people want that popcorn removed.
Oh, man.
Off their
Icicle.
Icicle, man. So many people want that removed. They don't know who to call. But you can be the icicle popcorn roof remover. You don't need no degree for that. Just get you some goggles and take you a course and make sure that stuff, the chemicals don't kill you, and mix it up and get you a little crew, and you in business.
And you in business.
When you leave the county job on the weekend, you the popcorn roof repairman or woman. That's what you gotta do, and you feel good. You make more
corner
money.
the market in Opelika, Carroll City, Bunch Park. You corner that market,
you
man.
Gotta get an idea. That's what you in need of. An idea. You ain't in the need of a degree. Not a degree. Here you are already in debt. You talking about you going back to school to get a master. A master's in what?
You see, that used to pull, Robert. When you say I got the doctor of psychology in front of me or a doctor of education, that used to pull.
Man, you come
now
off.
Women want money.
Right.
Well, how you living? I know you got all these credentials and a long title.
Right.
But how you living?
Yeah.
What you got?
Mr. Henderson, I want to get a job in your corporation. Here's my resume. I got a PhD in business and finance. Okay, what business have you ran? Well, I have never ran no business. But you got a PhD? Yeah, I never ran no business. Well, finance, what you know.
Did he have a paper route?
No, I've been in school, but I got a PhD. A PhD. First of all, I can't pay you no PhD money. What they start with? $100,000? You can't work here. A PhD? I don't have a PhD. You might as well take my job. We'll be right back. Robert Henderson, Lynda Harris. Man, we on it. Hey, I promise you when we get back, we're going to give you education on stock options, what it is, how you can make money, how you can lose money, how it can make you rich, how it can make you just want to backstroke home, how it can make you want to disappear. We'll be right back. We come back from this station break. Like I said, we can't get mad because it make you want to hurt somebody.
Right. We're trying to find the humor in it.
Got to make you want to hurt somebody. Anytime you finally find out you've been had, you want to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters that are in prison and the light bulb come on and they like, my goodness.
If I had to do it over again, if I'd have only laughed instead of getting mad.
Well, they said, they're in prison, they're sitting there, and all of a sudden a light bulb come on. They said, my goodness, I've been had.
Right.
The system fooled me. I thought I was doing something. You follow me? And when you get so mad, you want to hurt somebody, but you got to laugh and say, they got me. I see.
But laugh before you hurt somebody.
Yeah, it's better to laugh. Don't get mad. Get even.
Don't get mad. Get rich.
So I want everybody to know that we're not making fun. Because everything that we talk about, let me tell you something. If I take off my shirt, man, you're going to see the scars on my back.
To see my lashes.
I talk about everything. We talk about everything we talk about. we done been through it.
Right.
I worked 9 to 5 for 5 years, 5.5 years on
That's
somebody's
all?
job. You mean that's all?
I was there 14 years. I got more lashes than you do.
You can stand more pain than me, sister. That's all. They say y'all black sisters stronger than black men. Y'all can tell. I ain't taking that pain. 14 years you were taking that pain?
14 years.
Well, hey, I took it for 5.5 years.
And
I
you
said
just
I can't
couldn't take it no more.
I was about to go insane. I just figured, this is life. This is it. No, I got to get me a new attitude. You always got to get a new thought.
And you can do it. Don't get caught up in that trap. I still have a lot of ex-co-workers, and God bless them. They definitely stronger than me. But don't get caught up in that trap. Make the job work for you. Get the benefits. The hardest thing on a lot of those jobs is getting up in the morning and enduring the traffic. Once you do that, it's gravy.
Yeah, and think. I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying don't go to college.
Right? Oh no.
No. Don't get it twisted now. College and getting degrees in certain fields, you need that degree. In certain fields, you need that degree. You need that lesson. You need that curriculum. You got to go through those channels. In certain fields, you do. The problem is just because you want to do hair and just because the college now got degrees, of course, that you can get a degree in hair, you don't really have to go to college to learn how to braid hair. But they will trick you and tell you now, we got a course here to give you a 4-year degree in braiding hair. But you don't really have to do that. And they charge you a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to understand what subjects and what professions require a degree.
Sometimes degrees are required to get in the door so you can start making a difference from the inside. Like we talked about, some people, we need you in the trenches on the inside, but they won't even let you in the door unless you have the proper credentials.
Right.
So degrees are made a lot of times to help us work from the inside out.
Right, but if you need side money, if you got a 9-to-5 job already and you need to get a hustle on, get some extra money, a degree is not necessarily your antidote, because especially if you have to take you another 2 years or 4 years, that takes a long time just to get some sheepskin. You need some money now, like yesterday. So therefore, you need to try to look at the trade industry. What kind of trade can you take up where you can actually start making money in a hurry, quick, in 6 weeks, 6 months, 1 year? You follow me? Plumbing. You can take courses up in plumbing, electrician.
It's not for the lazy though, Rob. A lot of us want to be in the air conditioning.
No, you can't.
You want to get your degree and sit back behind the desk.
No.
But
you
when
gotta
you
be
get your
willing to
hustle
work.
on, you got to be willing to work.
Yeah, you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke. When you reach that point, the drilling start. Oh no, you ready?
Yeah.
You done played, you ready to go. Okay, now let's get into the world of stock options, stocks and stock options. I'm gonna break it down to you like you're a 6-year-old. And then when we open up the phones, I want you to call and ask all kind of questions. There is no question that is considered dumb on Saturday. This is Education Saturday, New Thought Saturday. Doesn't cost you a dime. One thing it do is cost you a little bit of sleep, but you don't need no sleep. You can get sleep when you're dead. Now, if you're dead, sleep on. But if you're trying to learn and get a new thought and get a new idea, then open your ears and heads up. Wake up, South Florida. Okay. Now let me understand. And I like to understand. Actually, in order to me explain, I got to explain you stock options the way I learned it and give you a principle, talking parables and metaphors. I got to paint a picture because the word stock options and all that is just, it can really just screw you up. It's like higher. I'm getting ready to go over a higher subject with you all, ladies and gentlemen, today. Okay. Now, stock options are mainly they say it's for the rich and the wealthy. That's mainly who delve into it. Matter of fact, all your CEOs in the Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 corporations that's around the country, around the world, understand and deal in stock options. They make more money in stock options. They don't really care about their salary or their pay. They care about their options. Stock options involve ownership, shares, and corporations. And the funny thing about it is, stock options cost you less money than actually buying the stock itself. For example, and I'm going to back into this.
Okay.
Lynda, in the world in which we live in, there's always more than one way to get something done.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's always more than one way. Whether it's pliers, then there's a screwdriver. Okay,
They won't let you in the front door.
You can go through the back.
Go through the back.
Door. There's always more than one way. How do you say, to skin a cat?
Absolutely.
Now, let's say, for example, if we needed to move some furniture today. Let's say we need to go and move some furniture. We have two options, especially if we got a little car and we have to move the furniture. We need to get a truck. We have two options. We can go buy a U-Haul truck or a Ryder truck or some kind of big truck. We can go buy one, or we can go and rent one. But the bottom line is we have to get furniture from one place to another. We have to move some furniture. How do we execute that and make that happen? Well, if we go and buy the truck or buy the stock, okay, buy the truck may cost us $40,000, $50,000 to buy a brand new U-Haul truck or a Ryder truck, whatever brand you want to call it, all right?
Okay.
But when we buy that truck for $50,000, we're going to take the truck to get the furniture, pick it up, and deliver it to our destination. And then we really have no more use for that truck at that moment, do we?
No, we don't need to keep the U-Haul truck.
But the whole object was not to buy a truck. We really just wanted to move some furniture. Okay, so what is another way that we could do it? We could rent the U-Haul truck. Yes, we could rent it. So we can pay $29 or whatever special they got, $39 for the day or for the hour or whatever, and we can go and rent it. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of investing, you can either buy shares in corporations or you could rent them.
So I don't have to buy the full stock. I don't have to go out and buy a share of McDonald's. I can rent a share of a stock.
Can you believe that? You could rent shares in companies. Can you believe that? All these Fortune 500 companies, you could rent. Think about the truck now.
So now, usually when you rent, it's less expensive.
Okay, we're moving now. Okay, now we're starting to learn. When you rent, it's less expensive. But remember, what's our goal? To move the furniture. If we're talking about in the stock and investment game, what's our goal? To make money. So whether you buy the stock or rent the stock, if the stock goes up in value, you still can sell the stock.
Okay.
Even if you're renting it, you still can sell it, believe it or not, and make the same money.
And usually when you rent, you have to give it back.
Yes, that's the only thing when you rent. So when you rent a stock, you could rent a stock today, and you can give it back next week, or you can give it back next month, or you can sign a contract to return the stock next year, next 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. In other words, let's say a stock, let's say AT&T right now, the shares of AT&T right now cost $38.87 a share. So you can buy, like we buy the U-Haul truck, you can buy one share of AT&T. Or you could rent one share of AT&T stock. Now, to rent one share of AT&T stock will cost you $1.53. Can you believe that?
Wow.
So to buy the truck costs you $50,000.
Right.
To rent the truck may cost you $39. But go ahead.
Renting usually has several components. A, we don't own it. You're not going to end up calling it yours at the end of the day.
Some people don't want to own a U-Haul truck. Okay?
B, you have to give it back at some time. There's always an expiration timetable. Whether it's a 1-year lease or you rent that truck for a week, you have to give it back.
You're exactly right. And that's the same principle when you rent stock. You got to give it back. Matter of fact, when you rent the stock, you got to actually sign an agreement to say when you plan on giving these shares back.
Okay.
You follow me? Now, the longer you want to rent the stock, the more the rental rate costs.
Okay.
Just like if you want to rent a U-Haul truck for one day, it may cost you $39.
That's right.
If you want to rent it for a week, I don't know, it may cost you $100, you know?
And if you want to rent it for 2 weeks,
it costs you more.
Absolutely.
If you want to rent it for a month, it costs you more. It's similar to the same concept and the principle. Man, these white folks good when they come to all this investment stuff, man. It's the same principle and concept of some people buy cars and some people lease cars. You follow me? In the corporate world, most CEOs lease their vehicles. The corporations lease the vehicles for their management. It's a lease car. They don't actually buy them. In the financial world, a lot of rich folks, they make a lot of money in renting stock. They call them grants, stock options. I'm just saying renting, just so people can get a good visual understanding, the concept. You follow me?
I can also take that U-Haul truck if I rented it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and make money off of it.
Yes, you can.
I can go start moving furniture for other people.
Yes, you can.
So the longer I have it, the more money I can make. Is that how the stock option go as well? The longer you have it,
the better chance of you making money.
Okay.
You follow me? In the shorter time you have it, then you're taking more of a risk.
Okay.
So in other words, let's say like AT&T, for example, right now the stock per share is $38.87. If you want to become part owner of AT&T, and let's say you want to buy 100 shares for round numbers.
Okay.
You want to buy 100 shares. Each share is $38.87. So you want to buy into the corporation called AT&T. Okay. Well, you can.
Okay.
If you want to do it 100 times, that's 100 times $38, which is $3,887. So now you got 100 shares. Because remember, one share costs $38 right now and 87 cents. If you do it 38 times anything, if 100 any times, 38 times 100 is $33,887. Okay.
Okay.
So now, let's say that's like you buying.
I own it. I can keep it forever. I don't have to give it back.
You don't have to give it back.
Okay.
Now let's say, in the year 2010.
Okay.
We in 2007, right?
Exactly.
You could actually rent them same shares and tell AT&T that you're going to give them shares back in the year 2010. So how much does it cost to rent per share?
From 2007
to 2010.
To 2010.
That's how long you're going to keep the truck. That's how long you're going to keep the shares.
Okay.
Okay, that's how long you're going to keep U-Haul.
Wow.
That's how long you're going to keep the shares. It costs you $8.80
per share.
Per share to rent versus owning the shares at $38.87. So we know that if you bought the truck or bought the shares at $38 and you bought 100 shares, that's $3,800, right?
Right.
We know that if the same shares, if you just leased them or rented them, the same 100 shares, each share you only have to put down $8.80 per share. So 100 times $8.80 is only $880. So you have the same truck or the same shares, leasing it between 2007, and you have to turn AT&T shares back into AT&T in January 2010. You get that?
Got it.
Okay, so you understanding the analysis that I'm using?
Absolutely.
Going back from I just bumped my knee. Okay, you making a connection, right?
I'm making a connection.
Okay. Now, what's the advantage of that?
Absolutely, because it sound usually, and we talk about this on the show. If it sound too good, it sound like I got that flyer in the mail from Naventura Mortgage Company. What's the catch?
Okay, what's the catch? All right. Let's say today, like I just said, actually, because I'm looking at the screen, AT&T stock closed yesterday. The stock market closed on Saturdays, open Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's closed Saturday, but I'm looking at yesterday's result. And AT&T stock closed, and the last trade of the day was $38.87. Let's just say, let's fast forward. Let's say by the year 2010, AT&T shares are selling for $68 instead of $38. $68. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you bought the AT&T shares today, that means that your $3,800, because you bought 38 times 100, your $3,800 in 3 years will be worth $6,800. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay? That's like buying a house for $380,000, and then 3 years later, the $380,000 house is worth $680,000.
Right.
You know, same math. Okay? Just put some zeros on the end. Okay, so now your $3,800 in the stock and the shares is worth $6,800. That's pretty good. Now, what happened since you leased the shares? What's the value?
At $8.80.
Yeah, that $8.80 lease probably will be worth $38 per share. So your $8 that you paid in 3 years will be worth $38.
Wow.
So you put in $880, and in 3 years, your $800 is worth $3,800. That's more than double. That's more than triple. You follow me?
Yeah.
That's return on money. Now, question. A lot of people ask, could you turn in your lease before the year 2010? Yes. You can always rent a car and turn in earlier. You can always do that. You can always do that.
No penalty.
No penalty.
No prepayment. They won't say, you got to keep this baby till 2010.
No, not like the cars, and you won't get, repossession.
So it's just like the shares where you can sell that anytime you want.
Exactly.
I can send this leased stock back, this option.
Right.
Anytime I want.
Right. So it gives you options. That's why they call them options. Now, what's the most you could lose? The most that you could lose is your down payment, which is the $880 when you rent the truck or when you rent the shares. That's the most you could lose.
What would make me lose that?
The only way you could lose that is by the time by the time 2010 comes, if AT&T stock, which today is at $38, if 3 years from now the company tanks and go down, and the company stock is worth $28 or $18, every time AT&T stock goes down from 38 to 37, the value of your $8 goes down also. Every time the value of AT&T stock goes up, the value of your $8 rental goes up also. It parallels each other. It follows each other, okay? So now, what does this really mean? The reason why CEOs get rich. So I remember some years ago when Eisner was the president of Disney, and his salary was $2 million a year. But his stock options, he made $500 million that year. See, stock options pay and reward investors 1,000 times more than just buying the stock. It's another way, they call it leverage, using leverage. So really, I always thought that it was for a poor man because he can really buy more shares with a little bit of money.
Right.
But they don't like the poor man to get into it. Matter of fact, most brokers themselves don't understand stock options. Now, the people who are on Wall Street, they understand it. They deal with this. But the average retail broker around town, he won't tell you about stock options because he don't most of the time he don't understand them. Okay, it's for the thinkers, the people who are doing the elaborate stuff.
Now, we're not trying to glamorize.
No, we're not. No, we're not trying to Now, you have to it has to be taught to you.
Right.
And usually, if you have a little bit of money, if your net worth is not a certain amount, they don't even want you in the door. It's like trying to go and sit at the big table in the casino, the VIP room. They're not letting you in if you're a peon. That's how stock options. If you think that, I'll give you a ladder so you can understand the scope of what I'm talking about. Stock options is like caviar, the suit and tie, the bow tie, the bougie, the uppity people, the people who in the know, the brains. That's what stock options is like. I mean, you have to be somewhat sophisticated to even understand and deal with stocks. Mutual funds are on a lower level. CDs is like high school. CDs are like high school. So I would say mutual funds is like on a college level. Stock is like I would say you already finished college and you have some kind of financial astuteness about yourself, right. Sophistication. But then stock options is like masters. In other words, these are like the pros.
PhDs.
Yeah, these are the pros in terms of knowledge and know how to play the game. So naturally, someone who doesn't really understand the sophistication of the market want to play stock options. They figure they don't know what they're doing. But it's not complicated. I deal a lot in stock options. I have made so much money in stock options. I've lost money in stock options also. Stock options is not for the faint at heart.
No. If you can't afford to risk it, and we always assess people's risk tolerance.
Right.
We sit down, we educate, we talk, we explain. And like you always say, Robert, usually once you put the cards on the table, people are able to make good decisions.
See, a lot of people said, they want to make money fast.
Right.
Well, if you want to make something fast, that means you got to be prepared to lose something fast.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's like if we want to take a trip, and Lynda, if it takes 3 hours or 3.5 hours to get to Orlando, and if I jump in my Porsche, I can get there in 2 hours. Now, I'm going to risk something. Yeah. I could get there in 2 hours. But let's look at my risks. 1, I can get in a car accident and get killed, which would be a tragedy. 2, I can get pulled over and get a ticket, which is going to cost me. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
There's risks associated with going fast. Now, I can get there faster than you driving your SUV, but I did take risks. So a lot of people want to hurry up and make some money, but there's always consequences. So you have to understand the level. So therefore, when you put together a portfolio, when you put together your investment plan, you want to diversify. You want to learn everything you can about your options, what you have. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'm doing the speed limit. Sometimes I may go over the speed limit. And sometimes I'm just cruising. I may go a little under the speed limit. We don't always drive fast, and you shouldn't always drive fast all the time. And you have to know what you're doing, especially in dealing with stock options. But people make a lot of money. It is mind-boggling how much money you can make in stock options. When I say that there's some people, a lot of my clients even, they put in $5,000 within 6 months, some of them within 4 months. The $5,000 is valued at $27,000. Now, a lot of people say they want to do that. But the people that put in $5,000 and the account is worth $27,000 because they deal with stock options. If the account drops to $20,000, they're not going to complain because they understand that's like getting into a go-fast car. That's like me getting in my Porsche and driving 120 miles an hour. If I get a ticket, I'm not going to cry and say, "Why, officer, are you giving me a ticket?"
You're going to take it.
I'm going to take the ticket.
Take the ticket.
So you got to be a big boy, a big girl,
right,
if you want to go fast. That's the bottom line. Yeah, there are things out there that make you go fast. But you got to know what you know. There's nothing free in life. There's always risk and consequences. But there's something out there for you, brothers and sisters. I'm just putting it on the table because you probably never heard of it. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. You're joining Robert and Lynda, WTPS 1080 inside your ear hole. We'll be right back.
The South Florida Water Management District will host a business-to-business forum to enhance and promote the number of small business enterprises with whom the agency and its prime contractors conduct business with. The forum will be held on Wednesday, August 22nd from 5:30 until 8 p.m. at the Nova Southeastern University Wayne Huizenga School of Business and Entrepreneurship, 3301 College Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. The business-to-business forum will feature workshops on how to network and how to market your business to the South Florida Water Management District and its prime contractors. In addition, a powerful power networking session with the contractors who are currently doing business with the agency will be held. District representatives will be on hand to advise your firm on how to conduct business with the South Florida Water Management District. For additional information about the forum, please contact Tammy Moore at the South Florida Water Management District at 954-713-3200 or Pamela Adams at the Adams Consulting Group at 954-764-8500.
Do you want your child to have a brighter future? Research shows that the first 5 years of a child's life are critical for developing the language skills necessary for success in school and throughout life. In fact, reading to your preschooler is one of the most important things you and your family can do to prepare them to read on their own. I know this to be true. I'm Dr. Ben Carson, Director of Pediatric Neurosurgery at the Johns Hopkins Children's Center. And I'm the son of a single parent who took time to help me learn to read at an early age. Reading built the foundation for my educational success, as well as for the medical practice that helps improve the lives of children. And like my mom, you can achieve success with your child. Reading with your child is not an option. It's your obligation.
A message from Macy's and Reading is Fundamental, the nation's oldest and largest children literacy organization. To learn more, please visit www.rif.org.
Are you one of the good people who are suffering financial hardship due to loss of income, divorce, or significant medical expenses? I'm Ted Brower, owner of Debt Settlement USA. Our proven program of debt negotiation has successfully helped thousands of people like you take back control of their lives without taking out a loan or filing for bankruptcy. Debt Settlement USA challenges any other company to compare their results with the millions of dollars that we save our clients. Why not spend a few minutes on the phone with one of our consultants to find out if you yourself can benefit from the Debt Settlement USA program? Call now for a free consultation.
Call 1-866-578-0055. If you have over $12,000 in credit card bills, find out how Debt Settlement USA can help you. Call 1-866-578-0055. That's 1-866-578-0055.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yes, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. We're talking about stock options.
You
right?
get a lot of calls on that, Robert, because you just made it sound like, man, you might as well not sell dope. You might as well just go ahead and if you got $10,000, $20,000, instead of buying 100 shares at $8, can I get 1,000?
Gotta know what you gotta know,
and I
man.
can rent it for 3 years.
But you also gotta know, live by the sword, die by the sword. Now you can't fall in love with the U-Haul truck, and it's time to take the people back the truck, and you want to keep it now.
And you done wrecked it all up, and the value is down.
No, it's like renting with the option to buy. You follow me?
Okay.
It's like renting with the option to buy in terms of the real estate game. And to really put it in perspective, Lynda, that's why folks been doing this a long time. It's like buying pre-construction. Let's say you see a house around the corner. Let's go back in the time. Let's say the year is the year 2000.
Okay.
And the real estate boom just really starting to happen.
Okay.
And let's just say the year's 2000, and let's just say you see a development getting ready to happen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling these houses for $200,000. And you notice that these houses, $200,000, and 6 months later, they're valued at $300,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't have to go in and for the pre-construction, you can put $5,000 down. You follow me?
Okay.
The whole concept of pre-construction, instead of when they were actually developers coming out to build a house, you would go and just put the down payment down. You would put $5,000 down, right? So the most you could lose if you didn't go through with the purchase of the house is $5,000.
Right.
Same thing with stock options, okay? So you put $5,000 down on the pre-construction house, and you sign a contract that you're going to buy the house when they finish building the house for $200,000.
In 2-3 years or whenever it takes.
Right, because the builder going to build it in 2 or 3 years.
Right.
But let's say a year go by and the value of that pre-construction house is worth $350,000. So you have to ask yourself, how much money did you put down? You only put down $5,000.
Absolutely.
But the value of the pre-construction home has risen to $350,000. A lot of people were selling the pre-construction home and flipping them. Well, in the stock market, for years, white folks been doing that same flip, that same thing with stock options for many, many years, and it ain't nothing new. It's old, and that's how they get rich and rich. In other words, in real estate, the flipping is over.
Right.
See, all that pre-construction stuff is over.
Right.
In the stock market, it ain't over. It ain't never been over. That's how all the CEOs get rich, rich, rich. How do you think them white folks be leaving with $100 million severance package? All that stock options, because they saying basically, let's say McDonald's, perfect example. 2 years ago, McDonald's Corporation, the stock was at $20 a share. Today it's at around $50 a share, okay?
Okay.
Now, what if you'd have said, I want to buy 1 million shares 2 years ago at $20? That'd have been $20 million. But you could have rented 1 million shares, let's say at $5 a share. You follow me?
Okay.
So you had to come up with $5 million. I'm talking big now, okay? But today, your $5 million would be worth $50 million. You follow me?
But a lot of times we hear, and if I'm into it, so I listen for it, where a CEO was given, like you said, a meager salary, but the options were worth $100 million. And when you really look at it, Robert, do we want to give the CEO those kind of lucrative options? Because he only can get paid and make money if he performs, drive up the price of the stock, make our stock go up and our shares go up and our portfolio go up. So can we really be mad at them for giving them such an excellent stock option package? It is actually incentive for the CEO to perform.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the CEO job of the president or the chief financial officer of any business corporation, his number one goal and job duty is to bring shareholder value, to make the shareholders richer. That's it. He don't even have to know you. His number one agenda, goal is to make the shareholders richer, bring them value. That is the lifeblood.
That's right. And boy, you want to see a CEO fired so quick, you let that stock price go down.
That's right.
They're getting rid of you.
That's right. The board of directors will get rid of him.
Yeah.
So the number one driving force for corporation is profits, profits, profits. If a company is making money and making profits, more people will buy their shares. With supply and demand, if more people buying into the company, the value of each share will rise. As the value of each share rise, the CEO himself is making more money. He's making more money than his measly paycheck. Now, who else is making money? People who invested in the company, people who buy shares in the company, employees who have their 401k plan. All of a sudden now they're getting richer. You think if they get their statements and their 401k plan is vested in their company stock and now it's making more money, you think they're going to get mad at the CEO? No. They're going to say, CEO, run, Forrest, run. Make more money. And the CEO job is to go around, do mergers, acquisitions, put out good press. That's what their job is. They are the band leader. They are the ringleader. They are the leader. They have got to bring value to the shares. If they don't make the stock and the shares go up, the board of directors will kick them out and get somebody else who is going to excite Wall Street, excite people to buy into their companies and believe in their goal and their dream. That is a number one job description for a CEO. It's to bring shareholder value and make shareholders richer. They don't care if you black, blue, green. Matter of fact, they don't care. Only thing they care about is the value of the shares going up. And I got to keep driving that into our heads.
Yeah, they don't care if you like them. They don't care. They just don't care. They're very focused because their options go up.
Right.
And they become rich.
Exactly.
Richer than ever. With those options, man.
They make a lot
of money.
Lot of money.
And we can buy options too. We can rent the stock. It's a fancy word, option, but it's called renting with the option. No, I wouldn't say to buy, right? Because you won't own it. You have to turn them back in.
No, but you can also buy them. You know, it's almost like the pre-construction. Let's go back to the real estate concept. It's like when you buy pre-construction, you put $5,000 or $10,000 down. Let's say you do a contract, you're supposed to buy the house for $200,000, but by the time the house is built, it's worth $300,000. You could, at the time of closing, you could close on the deal. You could actually, with your option, pre-construction, your $5,000 now, you could come to the closing and pay $200,000, and now you know your property, once they give you the key, is worth $300,000. So therefore, you have equity of $100,000. That leads us to our word of today, equity.
Equity.
Give us a definition of equity, Lynda.
You know, depending on the way you're using the word, equity can have a couple of different meanings. It's a term, actually, Robert, whose meaning, it really depends very much on the context or what subject we're talking about. But the big picture, in general, you can think of equity as ownership in any asset, whether it's a house, whether it's a stock, ownership in any asset after all debts that's associated with that asset are paid off. Your equity is what you have left over, whether it's a stock, real estate, or a car. A car, a house with no outstanding debt is considered my equity. Equity is what you owe versus what it's worth. The difference between what you owe on that asset and what that asset is worth in the open market. Equity.
So equity is like the I would say the profit in there. In other words, the value.
The value less any debt.
Okay. So in other words, like if your house is worth $300,000 and you owe $200,000, but the value of your house is $300,000, that $100,000 difference between the debt that you owe the bank is considered your equity.
That's your equity. And a lot of people, when we talked about the real estate boom, they were equity rich.
So that equity, then what we're saying is that you could bargain, you could work with that equity, or, you know, people look at it like, hey, you know, I got $100,000 in my house. So what happens so therefore, I mean, you have some people that, let's say their house is worth $300,000, they have no mortgage. So how much would you say equity they have in their home?
If they have no mortgage and it's worth $300,000, you have $300,000 equity in your home. The monetary value of a property or business beyond the amount owed on it. So if you don't owe anything on it, you are sitting on all equity.
So they call that equity. All white folks coming with equity. The name equity, man. That's just some kind of name. I mean,
why don't you just say the difference of what I owe versus what it's worth?
Yeah, they have to come up with some equity. I mean, you know, black folk. Our black folk slang, I think, is more understandable. I mean, if you call a guy refrigerator, you know, his nickname refrigerator, we know because he think he cool. You know, it's some kind of, you know, you can measure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You get a visual.
It's like, why do y'all call him refrigerator? Well, one, because he's big. Two, because he think he's so cool. That's why we call him refrigerator. Why they call him ice? Because he think he's cool. But why they call him equity? Equity. I mean, what?
Yeah, how does that fit in?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question back on the stock option. If I rent the stock instead of till 2010 until 2008, the shorter the rental term, is it more expensive or less expensive?
With more time, think about the U-Haul example I gave you. The more time that you need, that U-Haul truck, the more it's going to cost you as a down payment rental. You follow me?
Okay.
If you a short-term rent, even going to the airport, if you want to park for short-term, it costs you less. No, it actually costs you higher, doesn't it? Okay, it's in reverse. It's in reverse. Because they really get you there.
They really get you there.
That short-term parking or that long-term parking. Okay, so it's in reverse of like going to the airport and doing parking. You know what I mean?
The shorter the term.
Yeah, the higher it costs
Gotcha.
with rental. But that's not a good example. The good example is if just like with a U-Haul truck, if you want to use a U-Haul truck for a short time, it costs you less than as opposed to if you want to rent it for a month. It's going to cost you more.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to come back. Matter of fact, I want to talk about Pepsi Cola when we come back.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Keep it locked. We'll be right back after the station break.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS. Coral Gables, Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches. The People's Station.
Stepha Henry was last seen at Pepper's Cafe, located on 3828 North University Drive in Fort Lauderdale at 1 in the morning on May 29th. Stepha, a 22-year-old college graduate from Brooklyn, New York, was in town for the Memorial Day weekend. She left her aunt's home in Miami Gardens in a dark-colored four-door Acura Integra with an unknown person or persons. She arrived at Pepper's, but has not been seen since. Now the police and Stepha's family need your help.
She came here with her 16-year-old sister to celebrate her birthday.
If you have any information that could help police find Stepha Henry, please call Miami-Dade Detective Brizette Robert at 305-418-7200 or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-8477. Again, if you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Stepha Henry, please call Miami-Dade Detective Brizette Robert 305-418-7200 or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-8477.
Thank you very much.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Yes, it's all about the money. There's nothing funny. There's all about the money. So basically, stock options is a form of, it's like renting to own.
Okay.
A lot of times you can't afford to own, so you can rent. But the rich actually take advantage of it, and they rent. And it's the same concept as how they do leasing cars and vehicles and planes and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The same principle, the same concept. I just want to just introduce our listening audience to the concept. I know we can talk all day. I can have 3 hours of just stock options, and maybe one day we'll do that.
Yeah, it's a PhD level, and it takes a one-on-one.
And I just really wanted to just let people know that there are investment vehicles that are out there that you can get involved, and we do a whole lot of stock options, but there are also risks that also are involved. So you have to understand that anything you do, there's a risk reward attached to it. The more risk you take, the higher and the more money you can make. So like I gave the example about if I want to drive to Orlando fast, I'm taking risk. I have to be willing to accept the consequences. But it's the same concept of how someone who wants to sell drugs, they want to take a package from here to Georgia. Yeah, they can make a lot of money real quick, but then again, you got to be willing to pay the consequences that you can do time and it's going to cost you. So you got to just understand what you're getting into. So in every aspect of your life, you got to understand the pros and cons of what you're doing. If you want to get married, there is pros and cons. It's not just we all happy, but just it comes responsibility. If you want to be a man, there's a responsibility in being a man. There's pros and there are cons. To be a woman, a good woman, it's the same pros and cons. You just got to be able to deal with the bitter and the sweet. But there's always pros and cons to it. Everything that you do. For me to come here and talk to you all, I have to get up 5:30 in the morning. I'm not an early person, but I have to do it. I like doing it, as a matter of fact. I've adapted my life to doing it.
I have too.
Yes, you have. I can't. Okay. This is company. I want to talk about Pepsi Cola because I like Pepsi Cola a lot. Everybody always hear me talking about McDonald's. I just give McDonald's because everybody kind of know McDonald's. It's just easy target.
Absolutely.
And I talk about how McDonald's, how wonderful it has performed. But I want to let everybody know now. When I call a company name, I'm just making reference. I'm not pushing their stock. Okay, I'm not saying you got to go into it. I'm just giving you a reference. And today I want to kind of reference a company also, and from time to time, I think we should reference companies just to give our listening audience a visual on how big, this whole thing is, so you can kind of sink your teeth in and know what's really going on. Now, Pepsi-Cola, I want to talk about it today. Pepsi-Cola. Now, there's Coke and there's Pepsi, right? Pepsi-Cola operates is a snack and a beverage company. How many people knew that Pepsi-Cola is the owner of Frito-Lay in North American? They're the manufacturers. They own Frito-Lay. They sell, they distribute all the Lay's potato chips. When you look at Doritos, that is owned by Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi-Cola. The Totitos chips, Cheetos, all that, Pepsi-Cola. Fritos, Ruffles, potato chips, the Quaker, the chewy, the granola bars, Lynda, all that's Pepsi-Cola. Those Sun chips that we like so much, the multi-grain snacks, all that's Pepsi-Cola, the gold pretzels and the Frito-Lay nuts, grandma's cookies, that's Pepsi-Cola. Munchies, the snacks, Pepsi-Cola. The Funyun, the onion rings, how you used to eat when we was growing up.
Right.
Pepsi-Cola. Quaker Oats and the rice snacks, Pepsi-Cola. Miss Vicky's potato chips, Pepsi-Cola. The fruit and Quaker Oat fruit bars, Pepsi-Cola. And then they have the beverages. They have, all those fountain syrups. Anytime you drink a Mountain Dew, that's Pepsi-Cola. Even Gatorade. Gatorade, you think you're not helping Pepsi-Cola when you go buy the Gatorade because you say you don't like sodas, but you drink Gatorade? Guess what? The money going to Pepsi-Cola because Gatorade is owned by Pepsi-Cola. Tropicana, the orange juice. You say, I don't drink Gatorade, and I don't like that Pepsi, but I like orange juice. Tropicana Pure Premium, owned by Pepsi-Cola. Did you know that, ladies and gentlemen? Lipton, Sarah Miss, Tropicana drinks, Dole, even the Sobe brand. The Sobe brand with all the different brands talking about it help pick you up and the mood drinks and stuff.
Right.
All that. That's Pepsi-Cola. Matter of fact, it offers all kind of teas and water. They got a joint venture They got a joint venture with Starbucks also and Unilever. Pepsi-Cola also deals and owns that Aquafina water brand. Can you believe that?
So they got you covered from water to snacks to orange juice to energy drinks to chips.
To cereal. The 7-Up, that's Pepsi-Cola. Matter of fact, Captain Crunch, Captain Crunch cereal, Pepsi-Cola. Quaker grits, black folks, we like some grits. Pepsi-Cola owns the Quaker grits. Aunt Your Mama, pancakes, and the syrups, owned by Pepsi-Cola. Can you believe that? Pepsi-Cola was founded in 1898 and is headquartered in Purchase, New York. I just figured that somebody other than me needed to know that, Lynda.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
And some of those things you just rattled off. I mean, I knew most of them, but I did not know Aunt Your Mama.
I just want the listening audience to get things in perspective, to look at, look at what's really going on. Yeah. Now, if you didn't know that, imagine how much more you don't know. Think about it. So you didn't know that. You didn't know that. You got to say, I didn't know that. Can you imagine? That's why, man, life is about learning. In my article I just wrote yesterday for the Miami Times, man, if you spend time studying and learning about yourself, you don't have no time to be meddling in nobody else's business. If you just focus on you, your strengths, your weaknesses, trying to develop yourself, getting a second job, picking up a trade, making yourself valuable, working on your health. If you just did that, you won't have no time to be meddling with nobody else.
You won't have time to be angry.
You won't
have time to be mad.
The world will be fixed overnight. The problem is we always in somebody else's business and wondering why. Wherever you are, financially is where you're supposed to be. That means you done made some mistakes. But I'm here to tell you, there's hope. There's hope. You get another chance. So in all you're getting, get understanding and learn as much as you can learn. If you spend a lifetime not reading, you need, and you ain't getting nowhere, you need to start reading. Honestly, the more I read, the richer I get. Now, I want to open up these phone lines, and I know somebody got a question or two. Call us, 1-877-825-1080. I want to repeat that, 1-877-825-1080. We talked about a lot of stuff today, didn't we, Lynda?
Yeah, we did.
Now, we're going to have an hour. We want to talk to people and see what they think. We talked about the long-term care. You know, we talked about this whole overview. I hope y'all got that parable and that understanding about the king and Bush and how he said he ain't going to bail out the people in the real estate. We talked about not answering these flyers and people who you don't even know and letting them come do business with you, and you can't even get no kind of action when they screw you, mess you around. We talked about all that. We got to get some empowerment. We talked about travel to Grand Canyon. Oh, Sandy, them lines are opening up now. Let's go ahead and let's take them. Callers, I want you to call me, 1-877-825-1080. We here. And if you don't get into contact with us today on Thursdays, every Thursday from 8 o'clock a.m. to 9 a.m., I want you to join me live on the morning show with Joy and Andre. Call us, 1-877-825-1080. Also, if you ever want to talk to us and just kick it with us, or got a question. Sometimes you don't have to come in the office. Sometimes you can get on your cell phone or any phone and just call us and set up a conference call. It don't cost you a dime. Call our office at area code 305-825-1444. Let me give you that number again. Area code 305-825-1444. Lynda, why we do this? People ask us, why do we do this? We do it because ain't nobody else we know doing it. That's why. And you need this information. That's why. Why don't we take Michelle on line 2 from Pembroke Pines? Michelle, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning. I've listened to your show for a while, and I've really enjoyed it, and now I want to be a regular listener. You've informed me on so many different things about finance, and I'm trying to prepare myself for the future so that I'll be set financially, and I'd like to know more about how I can learn about stock options or just stocks in general. I'm not comfortable going to other people because most of the women that I know aren't into saving anything. They're living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, and I'd like to be, educated and invest my money wisely.
Oh, I'm getting warm and fuzzy.
Yes,
excellent.
Chills ran down
my goodness.
And we don't touch nobody else. We touch Michelle.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Please do.
It's been a good day.
You inspired me talking about you in your job 14 years, and he was in his 5.5, and I'm trying to be on a 5-year plan, too, where I'll have a business. I'm researching it and all of that.
Good deal.
Well, Michelle, you can just call our office, and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction, man, because we just two little black ants right here. We need more ants to move something, okay?
Well, I want to be one of those ants while you all are moving. I want to be moving, too, and have my children move, and maybe we can all move and make the world a better place financially.
You got it, sister. Lynda, give it a number.
Phone number is 305, Michelle. 825 1444.
Okay, well, I'm your regular listener. I've enjoyed this show. I'm going to listen till you all stop talking, and I'll be listening to you next week, too, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, that was Michelle there. Why don't we go to line? Let's go to some of these lines. Let's go to line 4. Line 4 from Miami. Lois?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good morning.
I am Jamaican, so I always listen to TPS from morning till they go off in the air.
Okay.
But I wanted to make a comment about your Pepsi Cola information.
Mm-hmm.
There was an article in U.S., one of these financial magazines, I saw my dentist topic, about Warren Buffett, who's, I guess, the 4th richest man in America. And one of the things that he did, 27 years ago, is he began to purchase Pepsi Cola stock. He now owns today almost 7.5 million shares of stock in Pepsi Cola.
That's amazing. Isn't that
and
something?
they've said that the bulk of his wealth comes from that stock.
Okay.
He never bought Microsoft. He never bought into all of these new. He's been buying Pepsi-Cola, and he owns close to 7 million shares of stock in Pepsi-Cola, and he's worth $52 billion today.
Oh, man. Thank you. You know that
let's
music
talk
coming
about
on.
how that can compound itself over years. So your advice is very well taken.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. We only
Yes.
we only seek the truth here. All right,
Yes.
thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Y'all know that music on. Y'all keep it locked. Everybody who's on the phone, we're going to get you. We got to take a station break. We'll be right back because we here to tell you the truth. Much love. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Greyhound presents
Today, I'm talking to an expert on deals, professional auctioneer Edward Cotton. Hey, thanks a lot for joining me.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. What can I do to help you today?
All right. So, would you say Greyhound's new $99 or less to anywhere in the U.S. fairs are a good deal or not?
I say that not only a good deal, they're a fantastic deal, an amazing deal, one that everyone should be racing out to take advantage of.
What?
I said anywhere in the U.S. for $99 or less is an amazing deal, a wonderful deal, the kind of deal that only comes along once in a lifetime.
So, I heard $99 and deal, but the rest was...
I said $99 or less is a great deal, a ginormous bargain. Who, boy, makes me want to go pack my bags and take a trip. It's so cheap.
Okay, one-word answer. Is it a good deal or not?
Sold.
Perfect. There you have it. The deal expert thinks $99 or less to anywhere in the U.S. is a great deal.
Experts agree. Greyhound's new offer of $99 or less to anywhere in the U.S. is a great deal. Visit Greyhound.com to book your trip this summer. Go Greyhound.
Limited time offer, 14-day advance purchase required, additional restrictions and blackout date supply. See Greyhound.com or a ticket agent for details.
The South Florida Water Management District will host a business-to-business forum to enhance and promote the number of small business enterprises with whom the agency and its prime contractors conduct business with. The forum will be held on Wednesday, August 22nd from 5:30 until 8 p.m. at the Nova Southeastern University Wayne Huizenga School of Business and Entrepreneurship, 3301 College Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. The business-to-business forum will feature workshops on how to network and how to market your business to the South Florida Water Management District and its prime contractors. In addition, a powerful power networking session with the contractors who are currently doing business with the agency will be held. District representatives will be on hand to advise your firm on how to conduct business with the South Florida Water Management District. For additional information about the forum, please contact Tammy Moore at the South Florida Water Management District at 954-713-3200 or Pamela Adams at the Adams Consulting Group at 954-764-8500.
Are you tired of paying big prices to ship small packages to the Caribbean, Latin America, and Mexico? Save time and money with Amerijet International. Low price, all-inclusive small package service. Amerijet, the Caribbean leading all cargo carrier, now offers flat rate for general freight packages weighing up to 60 pounds. With rates starting at just $35 with regular schedule, daily direct flight from Miami to nearly every Caribbean port. Why pay more and wait longer to ship? Amerijet been serving the Caribbean for more than 35 years and had more local offices than any other cargo carrier. Get the best service, the best price with Amerijet International. Call 1-800-927-6059. Our multilingual staff will help you save time and money. Call today, 1-800-927-6059. Ship small packages for small price. Ship with Amerijet.
Like what you're hearing on your station?
It seems to me that a lot of black folks in America commented and things. Let's do a show on that.
Express yourself. Call our comment line, 305-642-5445. Good comments or bad.
You shouldn't debate your host so vehemently.
We're going to listen to you, South Florida. Got a show idea you want to talk about? 305-642-5445. You're speaking, and we're listening. News Talk 1080, WTPS.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
All about the money, man. These 3 hours gone, man, and we putting it down today, Lynda. Boy, we giving them some news they could use.
But you know, Michelle just touched me. If we don't touch anybody else, I think we got through to Michelle.
Yes.
She said she can't talk to nobody else. Her friend girl living paycheck to paycheck, and she not going out like that.
Man, let's get some of these. Let's clear up some of these phones.
All
Let's take
right.
Janet right here. Janet from Miami. Are you there, Janet? Janet, are you there? Janet, going once. Janet Going twice, Janet.
Hello.
Okay, Janet.
Hey.
Glad you pull up. Hey, how you doing?
I'm blessed, thank you.
Yes, you are.
I had called the early part of this week because I wanted to set up a consultation so that I managed to save a small amount of money. My husband had passed away suddenly, and I've been living from paycheck to paycheck just about all my life. And someone was supposed to contact me within 48 hours. I don't want the money to get away from me, so I really need someone to call me so that I can get in there and I can invest this money so that I can start putting some money away for myself.
Well, Janet, today is your lucky day.
Thank you.
I want you to come to the office today. I'm gonna meet you today, Janet. I'm gonna come. Today is your lucky day, Janet. You ain't gotta wait on nobody. You got the man, Robert Henderson. Come to my office today. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Sandy get your number, and off the air, I'm gonna call you, and you come to my office today, and I'm gonna meet you today.
Okay.
Is that good?
That would be wonderful.
Can't top that. Hold on, Sandy. Hold on, Janet. Sandy, get her numbers on line 2. This is Janet. Okay. All right. Let's go right here to line 3. Let's talk to Daisy from Miami Gardens. Daisy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Question or comment?
Well, comment and question. I've been listening for about 3 weeks, and I've been interested in everything that you've been talking about. But this Pepsi Cola thing, it amazed me that they have so many things under its umbrella.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm telling you, I just couldn't believe this.
Man, you can't beat them, join them.
And as the lady before me, I need a consultation with you myself. I'd like to get your address and get me an appointment to get in there one day next week.
That's right. You got it. Linda, give her the telephone number. She can call and they'll direct her in.
Absolutely. You got a pen?
Yes, I have.
Good deal. The number is 305 825 1444.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
All right.
All right. See, folks, I got to give you the information. See, when you buying shares in company, it ain't just gambling, buying and selling. How much I made, put money in it today, how much you made tomorrow, and take it out and go shopping. No, this is a way of savings. We got to be part of the movement. See, you got to be part owner. So you got to own something. And when you buy shares, them white folks actually let you buy the share. That's why Bush said he ain't helping nobody. That's why he says that. He's a capitalist. See, in black folks, we spend $800 billion a year on things and stuff, TVs, movies, clothes, cars. That's why a lot of rich white folks say they don't understand what's wrong. They say they ain't hanging us no more. We have choice. We can go and be and study anything we want to. They say, what's wrong with y'all Negroes right now? That's why they saying that. They saying you can invest in our companies. You can do what you want. You can marry a white boy or a black boy. You can marry anybody you want to. You can travel and go wherever you want to, as long as you legit. Just don't do no crimes. That's why so many people want to come to America, because land of opportunity. Do you know in other countries you can't even do what I'm talking about? If you're underclass, you can't even buy shares. You can't even buy stock. You can't even go into business. I don't care how smart you are. If you're not royalty, have royal blood, you can't do it. In America, they say, the land of the free, you can do it.
You can do it. The information is out there. There's absolutely no excuses. We need to stop blaming and be accountable.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get line 4 right here. Let's get Carl from West Palm. Carl, you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? You guys working hard, but the thing is, we all got to keep it real, my brother.
Oh, that's cool, Carl.
That's cool, Carl. Oh, he's fooled us today. He didn't say cool, Carl.
Right. I'm looking at the screen right here. It says Carl. It ain't say cool, Carl.
We all got to keep it real.
You didn't keep it real this morning. You didn't tell us it was cool, Carl.
Right. You called here disguising. On the screen right here, it says Carl from West Park.
Yeah, man. You know how it is. Everything is calm down there.
All right. Everything is hot, Carl. Just keep listening.
You know what?
Yeah.
About this Pepsi Cola and all this kind of stuff, they sell on like any source they want. But the thing is that the thing is that we better, y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out.
We all watching our back. Hey, Carl, listen, we gotta go, man. We gotta answer these lines, man. If you don't drink Pepsi Cola, then they got some water for you, okay?
And some Gatorade.
And they got some Gatorade, all right? But I gotta go, man. I gotta get these lines. Much love to you, baby boy. All right. Let's get these lines here. Let's get Miss Joan right here. Miss Joan from Miramar.
Hi there, this is Miss Joanne.
How you doing, Miss Joanne? Okay.
Listen, I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
I don't know if you've had them on the show because usually you probably haven't because I listen to your show every Saturday if I get a chance. Now, can you please get us someone or can you tell us how do we pick our own legitimate public adjusters, legitimate property appraisers? And do they have a licensing board, that oversees them? And who do we put complaints to?
You mean the appraiser or property public adjusters? Which one?
Both of them.
Okay.
The legitimate public adjusters, how do we pick them? And now the property appraisals, some, just like you said, I know about the market value and selling and everything, but
you want the property
sometimes
appraiser.
you just want to appraise your house and you want to find a legitimate person. How do we know that they're legitimate? What do we look for?
All right, you got it. I'm going to answer that question off the air, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Let's get Marsha. I'm trying to move these lines right here. Marcia from Miami, 401k plan. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I always listen to this station, but I just picked up you guys and I heard little tidbits. But I have a little idea of my plan in life. Now, I have a 401k. And I'm over 50, and right now with the market going down as it is, I got worried. So can you shed any light on my worry and let me know
can. Yes,
if I'm safe?
Yes, I'm going to answer it, okay? Off the air, okay?
Okay.
Hang up and I'll answer it.
All right.
All right. Okay. Marsha, the reason why I'm trying to move because I'm trying to get everybody because we got the lines lit up, and I got to get everybody because I don't want them to say they couldn't get through. But I'm going to answer that question. The market has been going up all year long, all last year. Just because it rains doesn't mean you got to pack up and leave. Because when you pack up and leave, then the market takes off again. Sunshine will come. You got to look at the market just like you look at nature. There's a time for everything. Okay, and just because there's overcast or it's raining in Florida, remember a while back they were saying how Okeechobee there was no rain and everybody got to stop watering and washing their cars and all that. Well, when it starts raining, then that passes. Everything passes. You got to look at your past to see that you do get through this. So just because 401k, the stocks and shares drop, that's good. Matter of fact, I was hoping that the market was dropped. When the market dropped 387 points the other day, I wanted to drop 500 points. You know why? Because it's a sale. Because I'm not looking short-sightedness. I'm not just looking for tomorrow or next month. I'm looking for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. If you plan on being alive, what you care about what happened tomorrow when it comes to investing? You got to plant a seed. In order to have a beautiful garden, think about it. You can't just go out there and tomorrow have everything is just mature and grown up and bloom. No. When I got my aquarium, I got a fish tank in my house, like 200 gallon. When they put it in there, I wanted it. As soon as they installed it, I wanted it to look beautiful and all colorful right then. And it's a salt lake tank, a saltwater tank. Lynda, I wanted it right then and be beautiful. The man said, listen, this is going to take 6 months to a year for the coral to come out, for it to grow, for it to get just how you want to. I say 6 months a year. I say, man, it's just like everything else in life. It's like nature. It takes time. You can't plant an apple seed and get apples tomorrow and eat of it. That's immature. That's infant-minded. So just because stuff drop today doesn't mean it tomorrow, okay? You got to understand that principle, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, let's go ahead and let's go to line 1, Gary. Line 1. Gary, are you there?
Shalom. Good morning, family.
Good morning. Hello, family.
I'm Gary. I came by your office this week.
Okay, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good.
I have a question about the stock auction. Suppose I want to buy some stocks. Can I buy them for myself and rent them out?
Yes.
Or I have to know about the stock stuff first?
No, you got to understand. You got to get understanding first. But yeah, you can buy stock options in the stock.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All right.
you can buy them. So you call our office and we'll just give you more detail. I just kind of like wanted to wet your whistle and give you an idea so everybody can start researching. When we come up with an idea, a new thought, just to kind of wet your whistle to let you know that there's other things to explore. Life is about learning. There's other things. And that's all I wanted to do because I can talk about stock options for a whole week, okay? But I just wanted to give you a clue, let you know, just to kind of get you on the edge of your seat so you want more, so you can actually seek. Because the whole thing is seek so you can learn. There's better ways out there. There's opportunities abound, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Listen, yeah.
Okay, let's get Norma Harris from Miami Gardens. Miss Harris, Norma Harris?
Yes. How are you?
Good.
Good morning. This is my first time on the program.
Yeah, can you turn off? I think we're getting some feedback. Can you turn your radio down?
Yes.
Yeah, turn it down in the background.
And I have enjoyed listening to you. I was recommended to listen to this this morning, and I have wanted to invest that I might be able to succeed. I had some properties I had sold, and I went to the Donald Trump Institute seminar they had for that weekend.
Yeah, I remember
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I remember it.
And I joined the one of the programs. I paid $1,000 for the program, which was lease options. A few days later, they called and told me that they were no longer going to have that class, that lease options had been canceled. And I had an option, but I couldn't get my money back. I had an option to go to another class, and if I didn't, and that class would possibly help me do what I wanted to do with the lease option class, but I would not get my money back. So I went to the class. It was 3 days up in Boca Raton, and my husband and I, we stayed in the hotel. I'm trying to learn how to invest to make my money do something because I just retired. And they gave me a mess, and I've lost $10,000 trying to gain wealth.
How old are you? How old are you,
I just told you I retired.
Okay, so
and
you
I
over
was
60
trying
years
to
old.
do something to make the best of this life.
I can't take no more. Don't hit me no more. Lord, go away. Don't hit me no more. It hurt. Don't hit me, please. Don't hit me no more. Oh, every time you saying 1,000, 9,000, 6,000, Lord have mercy. Trick bag. Boy, Alice in Wonderland. You down there with the rabbit, the monkey, the spider. Lord have mercy. I got a visual. You in a deep hole. You in Alice in Wonderland. You in a hole you done fell into, and a rhinoceros is talking, elephant
Donald
talking.
Trump was on the TV,
Lord have
and
mercy.
it looked like a great deal, and I went down there, and they talked about it. And it sounded like something that would help me to prosper.
Man.
But the only ones prospering is them.
Man, the king done sent his son down into the village.
Yes, he did, to wipe me out.
To wipe you out. Well, take our number down so we can go ahead and get you out of this maze and this maze. It don't cost no money like that.
No.
305-825-1444. I'm glad that you demonstrated that maze what's out in this jungle here. You know, the funny thing about it is that, see, good law-abiding citizens, just good-hearted people, we just can't believe that people can get on TV with a straight face, brush their hair, comb their hair, brush their teeth, put on makeup, and sit up there and just deliberately lie. The goodness in us say, nah, they can't be lying like this. They get up on TV, they come in front of you and just be lying. And see, the problem is that good-hearted people just cannot believe that another person can do that. But guess what? They doing it every day. Okay? So call us, all right? I got to get these lines. Thank you. Man, you talking about a trick bag?
My goodness.
Man.
But she's good for her for calling and admitting it and saying, help me help myself.
And letting
other
listeners
people know.
That's
She just
right.
did an excellent service. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling us and letting other people beware.
Yeah.
other
She
people.
just saved some people.
$1,000
$8,000. And then the coach. No wonder they want to make her a protege. They see that money.
Man, she the investment.
Exactly.
She the stock. She the investment. Shoot, she paying off a lot of money. Let's get Janice here on line 3. Janice, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question in reference to the volatility in the market this week. In reference to the banks all across the world that were putting money back into the market, as well as the Federal Reserve to keep the liquidity, could you explain to me as to, I think I have an idea, but I just want to be sure as to what the banks were trying to do and what is the difference between what they did yesterday, the Federal Reserve, and the government coming to the aid of people who are losing their homes in this time right now. And also, I had some interest in 1986. I invested in some zero-coupon bonds, and when I know they were timed out to mature in 2010, 2015, and at the time I was like, God, it's going to take forever for these things to mature, for me to see my investment grow. But 2010 is just around the corner now. So it is a long-term process when you are investing. You can't just get in and say you want to see your money grow at the time you purchase whatever you're doing. Because I'm an example, I waited, and I'm going to see a lot of growth in a couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, in a nutshell, let me give you all just a visual understanding, because what she was just saying, the liquidity in the market. That's got to be one of our vocabulary words also. But liquidity, because a lot of people don't understand what that really means, what took place. And I'm gonna give it to you in a skinny. Our banking world, our whole banking system, in a nutshell, is hocus pocus also. It's basically hocus pocus also. When each and every one of us go and we put money, make deposits in these local banks all around, I don't want anybody to think that your money is just sitting in the back of a vault in that building. It's not. It's not. It's just all like imaginative. It's not really sitting in there. It's hocus pocus. In other words, if you go to a bank on a Monday or Tuesday and you say, I want to take out $2 million of my money, well, the bank won't have $2 million on a Monday or Tuesday because they know how many checks they got to cash and they know how much money to keep on hand. But they tell you to give them a call, set it up, come back on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, and then they can give you the money. They don't want to give you greenback, so the first thing they'll try to do is say they'll give you a piece of paper that is an honor. In other words, a piece of paper that say you good, so when you take it somewhere else, you'll be good and you can get any kind of goods and services you want to based on that piece of paper. But the hard green dollars, the hard greenback, they don't deal in that. So what happens is banks are backed by the government. If they don't have the money, they're good for the money because the government is going to make you whole. Now, when banks have to lend money, borrow money from the government, and the government will charge them a certain rate overnight. And it's like the Fed funds. When the government says that we're going to heighten your borrowing rate or we're not going to lend you the money, then you're stuck out there. It's like somebody backing you. With the banks, when the government says that we're not going to back you, then the banks are hurting. Now, what the Federal Reserve did, the Federal Reserve came back and said, okay, we will put liquidity in the market. We're going to make sure that you all don't fall. You'll be able to service. You'll be able to be made whole. Mortgage-backed securities. Mortgage-backed securities are backed by investors or backed by the government. It's like collateral. It's like if my son goes out and does something, he don't have no money, but I have some money, so I'm the daddy, so then he can get what he need to get. It's called leverage. So when the Federal Reserve comes back and say, listen, I'm going to back you, then it makes investors feel a little bit more comfortable. And everything has to do with how comfortable you are. If we have a run on the bank, matter of fact, if everybody, Monday morning, if everybody in the world, which they call a run on the bank, everybody say they're going to the banks and take their money out, the whole economy will collapse. There'll be chaos because people will be getting mad as heck because they can't get their greenbacks, their money. People said they don't want no credit. They want greenbacks. They don't have it. They won't be able to get it. They'll start burning the banks down. So it's all hocus pocus. That's why they don't like people to run pyramid scams and pyramid games. That's why they make it illegal. You know, that's why they make it. What are that thing a lot of the Haitians do? Or what, Usu or Asu? See, that's the same concept what banks do, but they don't want you to do it. It's the same thing. They don't want you to do it. They call it a scheme. When you're telling people to invest their money, and then somebody else come in and you give them their money because you don't have the money, you just like rotating money. They call it illegal, but that's what banks do. The same thing. They just made it legal. The same principle, the same concept. Okay, I hope I didn't kind of screw some people up, but I'll hope I clear that up. Let's get some of these phones. Let's go to Sarah on line 1 from Miramar. Miss Sarah, are you there?
Yes. Hi. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
I'm just listening at you, and I said they just don't know what they got into. But anyway, I just called to give you a shout out. You're doing so great, and this is my family. I'll never forget the first time I dealt with Mr. Henderson. He told me, he said, you all out there in the forest. All my portfolio was in the forest. But now he's given me the right fertilizer, and it's coming to one great, big, beautiful tree. And I just wanted to give a shout-out to you to keep up the good work, my son. This is my adopted son.
Yeah, Miss Sarah.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Much love to you. You know your family.
Yes.
You have a good one, okay?
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, that's Miss Sarah. She retired also. Such a wonderful, beautiful.
Sounds like those are very kind words. Thank you.
Yeah, very kind words. And she had a good son, good daughter, and she's really, really a good person. She's protected. I always say the people that are just good-hearted, they're protected. Trust me. You try to do them wrong, boy, you better watch out. You try to do them good people wrong, oh, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. So the best thing you could do is treat them good. Treat them right. Okay, keep it locked, man. I tell you, we got this 9:45. You got to keep it locked. Those of you on the phone, we're going to get to you. I promise you. We're going to answer. We only got 15 minutes late. So if you want to get your questions and comments, you better call because we got 15 minutes. I'm going to be going fast. I want to get everybody in as much as I can, all right? Stay tuned. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
The Two Live Stews, weekdays 7 till 10 p.m.
Big thing about last night for me, man, and I mentioned this in the first hour, is the video tribute from Hank Aaron. That was kind of like icing on the cake. It was incredible. I mean, it wasn't publicized. No one knew, as far as I know, that he had done something like that. You got to be like Stevie Wonder and your eyes are closed if you can't see how, over the last couple of years, the media has tried to pit Hank Aaron against Barry Bonds, to insinuate that Hank Aaron feels like Barry Bonds used steroids.
News Talk 1080 WTPS.
South Florida, what's really on your mind? Let's talk.
Tune in this Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. to Kitchen Talk with your host, Image Award nominee and best-selling author, Lewis Banks. Kitchen Talk will engage in riveting conversation on topics such as relationships, religion, politics, money, and so much more.
Hi, this is Lewis Banks. Join me in the kitchen this Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. presented by Brickell Motors. We will be cooking up conversation on today's issues on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People's Station.
It's the Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money. It's all about the money.
All about the money. Yes, understanding money is all about the money. I kind of like that feature on Pepsi Cola. Now, I don't want everybody to just run out and buy Pepsi Cola. When I feature a stock or I talk about a stock, I'm not trying to push that stock. I just want to make you aware because a lot of us don't know who own what. These corporations, you follow me? A lot of us just don't know. So I just want to make it aware so your vision, your scope, your ideas, so you can start looking at the world from a bird's eye point of view. If you down in the jungle in this maze, you can't see clear. You can't see which way. You don't know who owns what. You got to see the players, what's going on. You follow me? Maybe next week we'll talk about Coca-Cola. We'll feature it. You follow me? I don't want to just appear like I'm saying, buy that. Get it clear now. Don't nobody calling me saying, you told me about. No, I didn't tell you. I'm featuring. We're going to talk about a whole lot. I think I want to make that a part of our program also. Call us 1-877-825-1080. Let's take Shirley on line 4, Miami Garden. Shirley, are you there?
Good morning, family.
Good morning.
I was just calling to say thank you for talking about the option this morning. It's good to hear that, hear about this other aspect of stock. Me and my husband was there Thursday, and you were talking about Pepsi. I wanted to do my homework in understanding all of Pepsi's corporation of who's connected with them. What is the best way for me to understand that company before jumping in?
I'm going to tell you, you know what? You can do some research, and you can go to Yahoo Finance. Go to yahoo.com. And when you go to yahoo.com, go into the finance section on the left side, press finance, and then a screen will open up. When they open up, just put in Pepsi. The symbol is PEP. And when you put in PEP, Pepsi Cola, the price, it'll come up. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see where it talks about the headlines, everything that has something to do with Pepsi, to say any company events. And then it'll have a section there that says profile. You hit profile, it'll tell you all about the company, how many shares they have outstanding. You can go back and see what Pepsi Cola stock was trading at a year ago, what was the value at it 3 years ago, and if you were to put money in it 3 years ago, how much money you would have now. Actually, if you were to put money in 3 years ago, your money would have doubled. Now, that's not, that's not a long time to money. I mean, that's a short time for money to double. But you can go back and look in 1970 what was the price of Pepsi Cola stock. You start just researching. You're helping yourself, and that's what this show is all about. Just to get us to get into the money mind, the money game, understanding economics. That's what we lacking. You follow me?
Yes.
So good. I'm glad that are you a first time listener?
Long-time listener. We already came to your office. We already set up our options with you. It's the Smith party.
Yeah. Great couple. Yeah, great couple.
I just wanted to thank you and commend you for what you're doing.
And thank you for calling.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk to Michelle Pembroke. Michelle, are you there?
Yes. Hi. I just had a question regarding foreclosures because you mentioned that Bush is not going to bail out the banks, and the banks are demanding money from those in the village that bought the property they can't pay. Is there life after foreclosure? Because right now people are just going into foreclosure, and it's a lot of our people.
Yeah, the best thing they can do not bury your head in the sand. It's definitely not going away. Believe me, banks do not want those properties back. They are in a position to negotiate with you. They're having record amounts of foreclosures. They're doing short sales, meaning they're shorting the amount that's owed greatly now, more than ever in history. So don't bury your head in the sand. Call the banks. They're doing so many things as far as working out payment plans. And if you have a buyer and your buyer doesn't want to pay what you owe, they will discount what you owe, and they will work it out for you, either or.
Yeah, but if she don't want to sell a home, then they also have workout plans.
They do.
You can restructure the loan, but you got to show your ability to pay the mortgage. You got to come up with some sort of plan that you're able to pay the mortgage, at least a part of it. Maybe they can restructure where they'll cut the rate or cut the payment, and you put it on the back end until you catch up and get on your feet. You follow me?
Yes, and also I see signs everywhere, even written up signs on the corner saying, "We buy your property cheap, call us." It's like all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to get worse, too.
It's gonna
get worse. Yeah, it's the big fish take from the little fish, all right?
Okay, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you for calling. Okay, yeah. And Lynda, let me take Melvin on line 3. After we come back from Melvin on line 3, I want you to address Miss Joanne's question about
the appraisers.
Yeah, the appraiser and public adjuster. Let's take Melvin right here. Melvin from Miami, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Junebug. This is your classmate from high school.
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing? I have a question. I'm with the Florida Retirement System, and I just switched my money over to an investment side, and they're telling me that it has to stay there for 90 days in what they call a moderate balance fund. Now, after that 90 days, then that's when I need to come see you for my options as far as where to put it. So would that be a good thing to leave it there, or I think that's benefiting them more than me right now?
Yeah, but if they telling you it's got to stay there for 90 days, they make the rules. You got to stay there for 90 days. So
right,
exactly. You'll be okay. And then after, just make an appointment and come see me, and then we'll break bread and we'll put a portfolio together for you, okay?
Okay. All right, I'll do that. So I'll call and set it up with you next week.
You got it, brother.
Okay, thanks, brother. Be good. Alex told me to tell you hi.
Okay.
Monroe.
All right, thanks.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of things today. I hope we didn't talk over your head. We hope we kept it simple. But Lynda, I want you to go in and answer Miss Joanne.
Miss Joanne wanted to know if how do you know if an appraiser and or a property adjuster is legitimate? There's a website, Miss Joanne. Those appraisers are governed by the state of Florida. You can check their license. You can check to see if they have any complaints. And there's also a website where you can complain. And in today's market, they're taking it very seriously. Department of Professional Regulation, DPR. You can go on the DPR website. You can click on appraisers. You can look them up by their name. If you don't know their license number, you can look it up by their name as well as the company's name they work for. So if they give you a card, you can check them out. Department of Professional Regulation. You can call information, or you can go on the DPR website to make sure that the appraisers are legitimate. Okay?
Good. All right, we got 7 minutes to go. Man, I was just looking at the picture here of that Grand Canyon I was at, Lynda. Man, that Grand Canyon is a phenomenon, man. I mean,
it's one of the 7 wonders of the world.
It's amazing. It's like walking out in the street, and all of a sudden, it's a big hole there. I mean, a mile deep.
Yeah.
I mean, 277 miles long. Can you imagine? It's like from here to Orlando to Disney World. A hole like a cradle. I mean, you can see eagles flying all throughout it. I mean, it's breathtaking. I mean,
it is.
Man, I'm talking about a sight to see.
The color variations.
Yes.
The formation. No, it's absolutely beautiful.
I'm like a kid in the canyon store. I mean, and, it's been 6 million years. They say it's been there at least 6 million years. For 100 years, they've been trying to examine and find out how it got there, what makes it tick, where did it come from. They can't figure it out. It's a phenomenon. It's a wonder.
It's a wonder.
And there's so many places like that on Earth. Life is about discovery. We, as people, and I'm talking about black folks, I'm talking about your Latino folks, I'm talking about your poor white folks who just basically are, even though you're white, you're not enjoying your whiteness. You're not living. Now you must feel real bad because as white as you are and you still not rich, you're trying to figure out why you. But let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with color. Maybe back in the past, in the 1800s it did. But now we're in an age of the haves and the have-nots. That's what it's all about. The haves and the have-nots. You either got it, you either know it, you either trying to get it and know it, or you're not, or you're asleep and you're dead. You're either living or you're dead. Now, when I say dead, I'm not talking about in the ground buried. There's a lot of people who are the breathing, walking dead. They come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. No more. It's because you black or white. No. People who want wealth and money, power and control, they don't care what color you are. You can see white men still enslave white women. White women still don't have equality just like a lot of other white men. So it has something to do with power and control. And it will continue to be like that. Each and every one of our jobs and duty is to seek and understand. No, we're not talking about money. It's happiness. Because I always tell people all the time, they have not came up with the number that can stand next to peace. Oh, peace. Peace of mind is priceless. Priceless. But see, they got us all in the trick bag, hating, envy, jealous, scuffling, hustling, discriminating with this thing called money. So in order to avoid it, you got to understand and learn how to master it. Learn what it is, how to work with it, how to make it work for you and your family. That's why we talk about money and finance and business, so they won't keep us in economic bondage and make us feel bad and suicidal. You follow me? That's why we talk about money, not because we worship and love it. I love peace more than they even can. I love peace more than anything. Anything. And you should too. Because you know it ain't. You know money is not going to bring you total bliss and happiness. It does help, but it will not. If you don't believe me, there are examples all around you. Just look at a lot of rich folks out there. Look at the Paris Hiltons and all the movie stars, the entertainers and actors. You can see them just acting up, drugged out, drunk out, having all kind of problems. They got a whole lot of money. That tells you right there that money don't bring you happiness. But I tell you one thing. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Love y'all. Lynda, you want to say anything? We only have 3 more minutes left.
Well, hopefully you gained something today. Hopefully we'll change your attitude. Hopefully we didn't step on any toes. I mean, again, we're not saying that a college degree isn't necessary or beneficial or you can't profit from it. We just want to have you expand your mind and get a new thought and get a new hustle on. It's out here. It's available. The information is free. Thank you for listening.
And please, I'm so happy for that lady for calling in, demonstrating that there's some, whether they call it Donald Trump or Donald Rump.
The Institute of Wealth Institute or something.
That's something. It's all the same, man. It's all the same. Man, you can't call yourself trying to reach financial prosperity by paying your way. It's knowledge. You got to get understanding. Supposed to be taking money from you. It's supposed to be helping you make money, helping you get understanding. Well, call us. We'll be here same time, same station. Don't forget to tune in and call in on Thursday from 8 to 9 as I join Joy and Andre. Wake Up South Florida at 8 a.m. Call us. We're going to be talking more about money. Be here same time, same station, or be square. It's all about understanding money. Have a beautiful day, and we love you. Peace.